Last time on Star Wars, the crew of a tiny little Republic scout ship flew into the Sith-occupied world of Elorian, where they intend to meet a contact named Eighth Creefin, a Bothan informant, who has information about a new Sith weapons program somewhere in the system. On the way to meet her, our lovely Cathar Lilesh met Jackson Rains, a high-rolling planetary nerf herder who has an in on a black market auction going on, which just so happens to have an artifact she's after. And so, most of the party is heading with Jack down to the lowest levels. Yes, a Nerf Baron, sorry. They're heading with Jack down to the lowest levels to participate in the auction. While that was going on, however, the other Cathar, Cal, had a nice drink at a bar, and just so happened to
And
be
nothing went
interrupted.
wrong.
Yeah, nothing went wrong. A cop tried to, card you, and you put him in his place by breaking the back of one of his goons and making all of his friends shoot him,
For
and then put a
those
lightsaber to his throat.
for those uninformed, that is all lingo for had a pleasant conversation.
I mean, considering he's, an officer in the Sith Empire, yeah, I mean, that's about as good as it could possibly have gone.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, I guess we'll pick up with Cal. You are still in the bar, I believe, or had you left?
I left. I've been trying to move towards the location of the group, basically. Mostly trying to hone in on Lilash.
Okay. So yes, you've been in communication with them, so I believe you know where the auction is. So yeah, let's pick up there. You are making your way through the crowded streets of Utopia 7, one of the larger Tabana gas refinery stations here on the planet. Uh, if you recall from last time, the underlevels of Utopia are packed with people, refugees who can barely scrape 2 credits together, who evacuated here during the war from other places in the Mid-Rim that were much less fortunate than Elorian, and suddenly found themselves under Sith occupation when the war ended. Now they're trapped here with no home, no way to get out, and progressively more and more of them are probably turning to lives of crime, you notice. You hear more and more screams, shouts, and odd blaster fire as you progress lower and lower through the levels. Of course, you can't take the main elevators or anything like that. You're trying to keep a low profile, so you're having to take the
Walking
back
over,
streets. Yeah.
walking over with the little improvised hoodie.
Yeah, little hoodie. Getting, the occasional look from people who are like, what's up with that guy's face?
I mean, I was going to assume that I was at least kind of hiding half my face. But if anybody wants to give me an eye, I will stare them down and use the missing half of my face for added intimidation.
Alright, yeah. Why don't you give me a perception check to try and keep people from spreading word that they've seen some little half-faced Cathar freak running around.
All right, isn't that a 3 dice? Boop.
Alright. So, yeah, you try your best to snarl and scowl at anyone who gives you a stink eye, but you don't see it yourself, but we, the audience, do see at least one person, a human with, dirty rags on, basically, pull a little comlink out of his sleeve and say, I think I've found something. Then we swipe cut over to you descending one last set of stairs, panting from the hour-long walk.
Fucking.
And just as you get down to the level you're supposed to be on, a small side door just swoosh opens up, and a man in a long coat and a wide-brimmed hat steps out with his thumbs hooked through a gun belt, and behind him comes the rest of your crew.
Ah, Lilash, the others. And I'll walk towards them.
Right. The rest of you see Cal. He's seems to be no worse for wear after his little incident.
Jeez, don't everybody greet me all at once.
Yeah, I'll look you over. Well, it looks like
It
you've
is-
come across some problems there, Cal.
I wouldn't say problems, more like annoyances. I don't think I was able to maintain that low of a profile while moving amongst the crowds. The only hope is that they won't come down to these lower levels for me.
Are you okay, Cal?
I'm fine. A little short on change. The drinks were exorbitantly expensive.
Of course.
And I'll kind of look towards the new guy in the group, the cowboy guy. The nerf herder.
He is a scruffy nerf herder, yeah.
The nerf baron.
Yes, nerf baron.
What
Yeah,
does it
he'll
take to become?
tap
What
his
does it
hat
take
to
to
you.
become a nerf baron
Well,
other than a nerf herder?
you
being
own a
being
planet's worth of nerfs.
A whole planet? God
Yep.
damn. That's a lot of nerfs. That's like a whole handful of them.
You must be our new friend.
Yeah, that's me, I suppose. Jackson Rains at your service. He'll give you a little impromptu bow.
Right. And you have information on where the black market is, correct?
I know a couple of people, a couple of places. Say, friend, you seem to have misplaced part of your face. You all right
Oh.
there?
Oh, yes. It's just a flesh wound. A very deep flesh wound.
I don't look like you have much flesh left, but all right.
Rains, please, he's a companion of mine. Cal, we're off to go to some place even filthier than this. Are you ready for a little adventure? Going to
If it's
hopefully turn a tidy profit?
It is
Pick some
down on
stuff
the
up?
deep. It is down on the deeper levels, yes.
Well, speaking of deeper levels, you want to step on board, little buddy?
I'll kind of look. Are they talking about the elevator?
Yeah, he's motioning towards the elevator they just got off of.
Does it have cameras? I'll kind of look up at it.
Yeah, I do.
I might have to find my own way down. They will be searching for me, although I'm not sure if they'll come down this deep.
All right, Jax looks at Lilash with a cocked eyebrow.
I'll run my hands through my hair for a moment. All right, one moment. Let's see here. Say, Shire, could you make that camera stop being a camera temporarily?
Let's find out.
All right. Yeah, if you have a compad or some sort of personal computer on you, you could make a computer programming / repair test to try and short circuit the camera.
Okay, so I do have both of those.
All right. So let's call it target number 15.
This is the only second time I've been playing. So when I have a skill in the thing and it's 4D, then I'm rolling 5D, right?
No, you just roll the 4D.
Well, no. Well, the skill in the thing it says 5D, but my technical skill is 4D. So I
So
put a point in it that makes it 5D, right?
Yes, that's how that works. So you should just have 5D written down. You don't need to track like the skill points themselves. It's all cumulative.
Oh, no such luck.
Oh, you were so close.
1 point off.
All right. Well, the good news is you are close enough that you don't trip any security alerts. But yeah, you poke around in the network and find that security's a little tight.
All right, Cal. It would seem that we've got to wait on you at the bottom.
I know it may seem folly to follow you, but can I speak to you for a moment, Lilash?
Yes, okay. For a moment, we need to be on our way soon, and I will step off the elevator.
I'll kind of lead Lilash away from the Nerf Baron. Didn't say herder that time.
Yep.
And I'll talk in hushed tones and say, Lilash, are you aware that there's a strong dark presence following you?
I had been afraid of such a thing. Yes.
I think it's your force potential. One of the Sith Lords has you targeted.
Wonderful, wonderful. Really, that couldn't make my day any better.
I'll look at Lilash. No, yeah, no wait. What is it? I can't. Yeah, it's Lilash.
Mhm.
Yes, that's the right one. Should I go back to the ship and get it ready for a quick exit?
Well, hopefully a quick exit shouldn't be necessary.
The Sith Lord hasn't moved yet. Of course, that doesn't mean he won't. If I follow you, there's a likelihood that the stormtroopers will get involved if they so choose to. But that could be a
The what-waters?
What's a stormtrooper? I've
Oh
never
yeah,
heard
you're
of
right.
that
Shit,
before.
sorry. The Imperial troopers.
Yeah, or Imperial Guards. Either of that works.
Yeah. There's a chance that the Imperial Guards will get involved. However, that might be preferable to not having me around when a Sith Lord chooses to enact his plans.
I'd rather you were with us.
Very
If we
well
go
then.
down, are you able to follow after us quickly?
I don't know, Saban. How has it been like trying to travel downwards without the elevators?
It's slow going. There's a lot of people, and this is a very large construct.
What about the buildings? How are the buildings like as you go deeper? Do they like all go up to the ceiling? Or is there rooftops I can traverse?
There's definitely no rooftops, no. There are, maintenance hatches and pipes and stuff.
Do I want to play maintenance hatch monkey? Are they big enough for somebody, especially Cal size, to fit through?
Yes, they are dwarf-sized.
All right. I will try to improvise a route.
All right. So, let's take a look and see. Why don't you make just a technology roll that's knowledge-based.
Oh,
Just to see if you don't get lost, See how things go for you.
So I want to point out my technical is only 1D.
So, here's a thing. You can
Yeah.
choose to take double the amount of time you would normally need to get an extra 1D. And you can also trust in the Force to double your dice, so you could potentially get up to 4D if you want to, take
that
a lot
was
of
going
time.
to be my question, since I had set up that. Well, no. Since...
Can't you just ask our robo friend nicely to plot your course before we leave?
Oh yeah, that's right. We got a robo for it.
We
I
have
did
companions. You don't have to
download-
do everything yourself.
I did download some maps of the station.
So, as you're saying that, Jackson will just pipe up and say, if it's an issue, we can all take the stairs. I don't mind stretching the old legs.
Thanks, Jackson. That would be appreciated. Yeah. Hope you don't mind then a little bit of extra exercise.
No, I'd like to get warmed up a little.
No, that's good.
Glad
Reg.
to hear it.
The Imperial Guards often serve as adequate warm-up.
Let's.
They're not Imperial
well,
Guard.
Well, let's not start a fight with anyone. if we can avoid it.
No plans to start a fight, only to finish one if they're foolish enough to chase after me.
Actually, it's soldiers unless they're drop forces. Bam! Fuck you too!
I'll try at least to keep some distance. That way, if they do come track me down, at least you all might be able to escape.
What do you mean might? We're going to be fine. Come on.
And I'll follow with them.
Yeah, the Imperial Guard is specifically named for the
yeah, but
sensitive
alright.
OGs.
Well, now. Let's not swing our nerd boners at each other. Come on.
Yeah, if we
Hey.
could not.
Scout did that all last session. It's my turn.
We said
Can we at
swap.
least keep it to chat? The text chat this time.
Alright, fuckboy.
Suck my dick. Alright.
Suck mine.
Alright, 69 time. Alright, now, so, you guys opt to take the long way down by foot. So, let's see. Why don't one of you give me a perception roll, just to see how things go.
How do you like my fat, thick perception?
Well, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Alright, so yeah, you don't see anybody following you. And with a little clever route planning, a little scouting, you're able to find a path down to where you need to go that has a minimum of security cameras, so you're not likely to be followed that way.
I'm surprised the security cameras haven't been vandalized down at this level.
They have. That's why you're getting away so easily. Indeed, the deeper you go, you start seeing more and more walls just covered with graffiti, and you see fewer and fewer Imperial soldiers. Indeed, as you near the bottom levels where this auction is taking place, you start to see non-human gangsters with guns worn openly strutting about. They seem to be just as goony as the Sith up above.
Down here, our enemies might be the gangs themselves rather than the Sith Guard. I don't think the troopers will follow us down this deep. If they do, they might risk getting in combat with the factions. However, these are unscrupulous people. They might simply just be hired to catch us.
Oh, come now. Unscrupulous people are our specialties. Not that we would associate with unscrupulous people of any means, but we do happen to be heading to what one might consider a black market auction, so don't you worry about that.
Hopefully they don't contract these ne'er-do-wells to find either of you. For them.
Unlikely. Unlikely.
Given who you said's after Lilesh, it'll probably be a real OG bounty hunter, not just these mooks.
Yeah, I think we warrant better than scrubs. Indeed, scribbles are quite overrated.
Right, hold on just one sec. Tosh is acting up.
Sure.
Although, if we need it, perhaps we can buy weapons from some of these individuals, since we had to leave most of ours at the docks.
How will we smuggle them out, though? They do
We
have...
sell them back.
Okay. Playing the market.
Less playing the market, more making a loan.
Well, hopefully you won't need your weapons here. You're gonna have to check them at the door anyway.
Yeah, it should be fine. Really, now you're all
Check
being
them
far
out.
too paranoid.
Yeah, just believe everything's going to be fine, and it will be. That's what my old man used to tell me.
Considering you turned out a Nerf Baron, I would say that he is quite correct. And I'm moved to clap Cal on the back, but I still have to do the half crouch. Don't you worry, man. It's gonna be fine. A little bit of faith. We got this.
So, yeah, as you say that and you're, taking one last stairway down, he'll sort of turn and say, So, where y'all from, anyway?
Just about everywhere. Are you speaking literally or figuratively?
Well, I was speaking, literally. I'm off, TR9 myself. Biggest garden world in the mid-rim. He'll, strut his tie a little bit, proudly, like he somehow contributed to his planet's size.
Yeah, no, and I'll do, of course, the appreciable, the eyelash flutter. Well, far more impressive than me. I've been a ship girl most of my life.
I'm from Halua on the Outer Rim.
Now, what exactly happened to your planet? Did it get, straight up blown up, or is it just, bombed?
For a reason that Ashaya has no idea why, it was a planet kind of out of the way, but the Sith found something very interesting there, and then the Jedi decided that something was interesting there, so they had a nice,
Scuffle?
They had a nice, fight over it, and that ended up destroying the entire planet.
So, Alderaan destroyed, or, leveled destroyed?
Glass
Or is it
Yeah,
Quash?
it halfway between Quesh and being last. It's basically inhospitable now.
Okay, so yeah. Jackson will give a whistle at that and say, Well, my sympathies then. Hear the fighting there was real rough.
I was not planet side when that happened. Precious few made it out.
Well, guess you got lucky then.
If you can call it that.
I simply came from the capital, Drummond Cass.
So, yeah,
Right.
Jax will, turn and look at you and say, So, I guess you're an Empire boy, huh?
Of some speaking, yes. More like an Empire slave.
He looks
X
down
now.
at you, and you still have your, lightsaber and all that hidden now, right?
Right.
Okay, so yeah. I'll just look you up and down and say, Well, gee, son, I'm sorry to hear that. Looks like you got free, though, so good on you for that. Ain't nothing worse than having your freedom taken away.
I fight for my freedoms! My freedoms!
Yeah, and he's got, his thumbs hooked through his belt now, and he just pats his big, heavy blaster pistol, ain't no one taking away my freedom. Mm-mm.
There are worse fates
Wait,
than bondage.
he
Take my
has
word.
his gun?
Yeah, he has a gun. Absolutely.
How does he have a gun?
He
We
has
haven't
money.
Because
Oh, he has money. That's
Yeah.
right, okay.
Wait, we haven't gone to the place where we need to check our
Yeah,
weapons.
no, you aren't at the place yet. You're walking there still.
No, but we had to hand over our guns when we got here to the station.
No, we
No, we did that in the casino.
in
We
the
have our
casino.
gear right now.
Yeah, you
No.
guys have your handguns. You opted not to bring your rifles and anything like that.
we got that. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
you
the
You got my
casino.
blaster right now.
Oh,
I'm using
oh,
my
I'm so
shotgun.
confused. I'm sorry. I thought we had to hand those over when we first got here.
No.
Now we still got those.
Oh, okay. That was just
Yeah.
because. Okay, I have my gun.
But yeah,
Yeah, right now you're carrying my blaster because your bowcaster's on the ship because that's too big.
It's too big.
there are worse
That's
fates.
what she said.
There are worse fates than simple bondage, especially if you live within the realms of the Empire.
Well, there's always positives to bondage, but let's not go too deep down the story.
Cal will kind of arc his eye at that. I have a feeling you're not talking about servitude.
You are correct.
We'll shrug and carry on.
Alright, so about this time you've dumped out onto level 77, way down there near the actual refinery section of the station. And navigating a couple of back alleys, you come to a pretty lively-looking little cantina down there, and from inside you can hear, the cantina theme playing from inside. And yeah, there's a line of people, getting ready to come in, and a big, pretty beefy-looking Zabrak bouncer, a dude with bald head and lots of tattoos all over his face and big spiky horns.
Many spikes all over everything.
Yeah.
Chromed out arm.
Yeah, so he's standing at the front, big arms crossed, letting people in one at a time after shaking them down for their, entrance fee or what have you. But Jackson gives you guys a little wink and walks right up to the guy and says, "Hey there, friend. We're here for the main event. Why don't you let me and my friends on in?" And yeah, what are you guys doing at this particular moment as you walk up to the place?
I mean, I would probably be stood close to him and being, conversational, and obviously part of his little entourage, probably encouraging others to do the same, so that we don't literally get the rope gets pulled back across the boundary and like, and where do you think you're going? I want to make sure that we're in range. I hate that bullshit happening at clubs.
Alright, so you guys want to look like Jackson's groupies.
Yeah.
Vel will kind of be scouting out the place, at least the outside. Not like moving, but just looking at it.
Alright. Yeah, so when you, get in range to be conversational, I think Jackson just puts an arm around Lilesh and Ashaya's, hips and pulls them close like, "Yep, these are mine." Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give a wink.
Alright. And so
I've seen this happen before.
Yes,
Not
you
our
have.
first time at the rodeo.
Alright, so, yeah, the bouncer will look him over and lean in and ask him a question that it's just a little too quiet for the rest of you to hear, unless you want to give me a perception check.
Cal will, just because he's paranoid.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Saven,
target 15.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, as a droid, you can't increase your base stats,
Correct.
but you keep asking people to make these perception checks. Is my perception checks just forever locked at 1D, or is there a way to increase the perception, see, hear things?
Yeah, you could make an awareness skill and invest in that, absolutely.
Sure, okay, I will write that. I will write that in right here.
Right. Also, DCL, use the fucking macro.
What macro? Wait, which one?
The one that says dice roll that's in your sidebar. Just put
but-
that on, in your bar.
Go over to the macros thing. It says dice roll, click in bar.
Settings.
No, not settings,
One to the
collection.
left of settings.
Macros. Okay, that one.
Yes. Use dice roll. There you go.
I got it.
Alright, so you got a pair of 12s so far. Does anyone else want to give it a try?
Sorry.
I mean, my awareness is at 1D right now.
Yeah, you can't succeed, but that's fine, you're not about spying on people yet.
Isn't the DC like 15?
Yes.
That's like with my dice 3d6. I'm not gonna be able to make it.
All right.
I guess I'll try.
I mean, you could.
Skill.
Straight 12s.
Peepers roll.
12 is a nice number, DCL.
It is a good number.
Why wouldn't you want to roll a 12?
No matter how many
Having
dice you have
matching
invested in.
12s is...
What the shit, team?
Oh my god.
Really?
I'm just gonna screen cap that for posterity here.
The
Who
fates
cares
demand.
about succeeding when you can have 1 and 2 in a row?
The force demands 12s.
I guess it does.
Yeah, that's the number of the day. So yeah, Jax replies to whatever this fellow has said, and after a moment's consideration, the bouncer gets out of the way and lets a lot of you in.
Alright.
And
I'll
thus, you are...
How close is Lilash to Nerf Baron?
Literally, his arm is around my waist.
She is
Okay,
arm
I'll wait.
candy.
I'll wait a little bit before I whisper to her.
Yeah, it would not be particularly subtle.
Alright, so you guys are submerged in a dark, smoky, underworld cantina. It's fairly crowded right now with music pumping out of a dozen speakers all around you. People of all races and descriptions milling around dark, circular tables and cuddled up in booths, either kissing on each other or else whispering conspiratorially. There are the inevitable Twilight dancers working the poles on the main stage and on several tables as well. Yeah, Jax will just clap his hands together and rub them. Ah, this is my kind of place.
I agree.
No matter how many times I come to one, I simply just can't get used to the idea of a bar.
Well, and takes some getting used to. You will do sometime, I'm sure.
What's wrong, little buddy? Don't like drinking?
No, but not particularly.
Well, you just ain't met the right drinking partner. Come on, I'll buy you a drink. I'll buy all y'all a drink. Drinks on me, everybody.
Admittedly, I'm pretty sure you're paying out of my pocket winnings, but of course.
Well, drinks on the lady then. Oh.
Everyone Parisian ale.
Yep. So yeah, he gives everyone a big grin and takes you up to the bar where this huge, flabby, four-armed fellow's working, and he'll get you each a glass of some nondescript, probably best not to ask, rock gut.
Val's going to curiously stick his tongue in the drink.
Alright. It tastes like sadness.
This is a familiar taste, and I'll start drinking it.
You can see, delightful.
See? I knew I'd get something for you.
Sometimes
Now,
I'm glad I don't have any taste receptor.
And we can't all be perfect, sunshine. I'll give you a clap on the back. So, remind me what it is you're looking for here at this auction. You said something about an artifact or some such.
Yes, there is a piece that we would rather like to see. You don't think in exchange for us adjusting the value of yours positively, you couldn't reduce ours just a little bit?
Well, I don't know how much I can reduce it, but I certainly won't compete with you. Ain't got much interest in artifacts anyway.
That would be much appreciated. And yeah, so I'll recall to him the name, of which I technically forgot, because I said.
Alright, you don't know yourself either. You're not sure it has a name. It's just a cultural artifact from, let's see, what was her name again? Princess Arana's planet. Which was, let's see, it was like Verdana or something like that. No, that's a fucking font.
It's from Verizon. Fuck.
Yeah, the planet of Verizon 9. Alright, there you go.
See it destroyed. Everything it needs to burn.
No,
yeah, is there anything along the lines of, like, a fucking pull-out brochure of shit for what getting auctioned?
Yeah, you could probably ask around. I don't think there's actually a brochure. That'd be a little bit too on the nose for a place like this.
Fair.
So yeah, if you want to ask around, you can make a search check. That's perception based.
Sure. I forgot that's where all the talking stuff goes. It's so strange.
Mm-hmm.
I just roll a dice on that. If it ain't lying or gambling, I ain't. Sorry, if it ain't bargaining or gambling, I ain't much of a specialist at the talkery yet. TN?
Just put a question mark there. We'll give you more if you score better. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nailed it!
Alright. So, from what you're able to pick up, there are going to be 4 major items on offer. You pick this up from, various smuggler captains and bounty hunters that are, sitting around the bar or else milling around the dance floor watching the Twi'leks go at it. Specifically, these are a heavy blaster pistol used by the famous bounty hunter Calo Nord, an artifact apparently repossessed from a destroyed Sith warship several centuries ago, a boar gullet, which is a psychic monster, and some sort of very old but apparently quite advanced and in-demand protocol droid.
It insults me to know that they would sell a Sith artifact on the black market. If the Empire got wind, they'd execute the lot of everyone here.
Absolutely, they would.
Cal, yes,
Why
Cal.
do you think it's on the black market, then?
Obviously, because they're fools. Or very, very sneaky.
Or that's worth a lot of money. Plus, let's not forget, it's almost certain that these higher-up Sithy types are just as in danger from themselves as they are from their own companions. Far better to send in their own little secret agents to try and bid on these kinds of things than, blow the whole thing wide open, make a fuss of it.
Speaking of secret,
What if one leader wanted a big whatever the hell this thing is, but another one wanted as well? These two lords might get in a fight, blow everything up. That would be terribly wasteful.
speaking of fighting, what are the options if we're not able to procure the artifact through money?
I'll blink slowly. That isn't an option.
But if someone outbids us,
We are not going to discuss that. If that's the case, the mission fails. We are not fighting for it. That is what we call suicide.
suicide. From what I've learned, that is simply called getting what you want and not letting anybody stop you.
Well, let's put it this way. This is the black market, and we happen to want to remain in a good standing with them for the rest of our lives, and a day would become very short if we were to piss them off.
The black market, huh? And I'll kind of look around the room trying to make
Don't
notes
make it a race thing.
I was... I don't know how to feel that I just got the black card played on me. It just slapped me out of character.
Help! They played the race card so hard and smacked a black off of me.
I was going to say I kind of try to note whoever looks like a suitable badass.
Alright, yeah, absolutely. Why don't you give a perception check?
Sure, why not? Give me a second. Just gonna use the other roller.
God damn it.
What? I didn't. Wait, did you set up a target number?
I mean, you can just put a question mark.
Oh. Okay, I'll do that next time.
Alright, so with a 9, you're pretty sure you're the biggest badass here, let's be honest. Aside from that, though, there's a bunch of armed and armored bounty hunters, thugs, and various shady characters in here. None of them stand out to you particularly.
I've killed worse in training. I'm not really worried about the friendliness of the black market. But I will heed your command. If we do not get the item through money, mission failed.
Correct. I mean, we should always consider violence to be less of a force than action. It generally tends to burn a lot of bridges.
I
Yes.
can't say I deny the wisdom of that.
Yes. Do any of these objects sound like what the lady is after?
Well, one of them has artifact in the name, so probably that.
Very much
w-
the Sith artifact.
Yes. I was hoping it wasn't, but I think it's going to be the Sith artifact.
Depending on what it is, we'll probably be able to get it for a good price. Unless one is force sensitive and wishes to walk down the path of the dark side, artifacts of the Sith are often useless for anybody.
True,
Unless
but
you are a
again,
collector.
yes, there are many who would gather these things just to own them. That, and don't forget, the Sith tend to have spies.
Yes, that's why anybody who simply wants to own an artifact just to have it is a fool. The Empire is very, very, very jealously protective of their artifacts.
Oh, well, I think everyone is. If I had artifacts, I'd be protective of them, unless they were particularly good for selling. I would then sell them. And I will nod sagely and take a sip of whatever this drink is.
Let me
It
put it
tastes like
this way.
sorrow.
If you think
Nice.
my suggestion of force to get what we want is a little on the drastic side, you don't want to know what the Siths would do to anybody who would hoard their artifacts. Death would be the easy way out.
Of course. And let us move away from morbid topics onto positive ones. And yeah,
Right.
I would like to try and, do a few rounds around the bar and blag up the Bargolid sale.
H1, can you follow me for a moment? I want to make marks of the exits around the bar.
Alright, so Lil, why don't you give me a con check? Let's say, just put in target number 5, and for each 5 over that, you'll get his price a little higher. Enjoy might be a strong word.
Bam! Fuck!
Ooh,
Yes!
alright.
Rolling sick, nasty, four
Nice.
dices over and over again.
Just so good. So good at the D&Ds.
It's because they're not D8s.
Alright, and H1 and Cal are checking out the exits.
Sure, I'll go.
Alright, so what exactly are you hoping to accomplish? Is this something we need to make a roll for, or...?
I
think he-
assume not. I'm just.
I think he just wants to know our avenues of escape.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. I mean, there's actually still an emergency, like, escape sign over, the back door, so you can find those easy. And I think you noticed pretty quickly that there's a little window you can crawl out of in both bathrooms.
All right.
Worst comes to worst.
We'll ask H1 to keep a little mini schematic of the place. So that way it could be a help to Lilesh and Aisha if the need come.
Alright. So I think about the time Cal's done with that, has made the rounds. The lights dim a little bit and the current song ends. And when it does, the Twilight dancers are quick to hop off and out of the way. And a little protocol droid of a model similar to H1, though masculine in appearance, toddles out onto the main stage.
C-3PO, what are you doing here?
Nah, he's silver and has lots of little blue lines. Totally original character. Please do not steal.
My name is D0NUT Steel.
Alright, his name is in fact D0 now.
Because if I'm supposed to be looking at something, I've been on the same screen since the session started.
Nope, there's not like a map or
Okay.
anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no map.
Nope, I'm probably not going to really be using maps for this campaign, so get used
More
to
like
it.
tokens.
Yeah, really.
I'm supposed to be looking at a token.
Nope.
Actually, Aisha, that does bring me to a question.
Ashaya. You work on your pronunciation.
Ashaya.
Oh, Ashaya, sorry. Ashaya.
Yeah, not
DCO is bad.
Aisha.
Look, I was thinking Aisha Clan, okay? I'm sorry, I'm a weeb.
Help! I'm weebinating. I'm weebing hard.
But
I
yes,
like that
Ashaya.
character.
Cal will come up to you and kind of whisper, by the way, although it's a bit of a risk, what do you think of hacking the security if this place has any?
Why would I be stupid enough to do that?
We could use the extra eyes. We know for certain that a Sith Lord and the Storm Imperial Guard are after us. It might pay to have advance notice just in case.
You do realize we're at a black market sales event, right? The security here is tighter than on most core worlds. So, if you wish to be ground into chum, then you go ahead.
Really? I thought your
We're,
skills
we're,
up
at a, we're at a black market thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
Run
I
by
sim-
like a cartel.
I simply assume your skills sufficient enough to deal with anything that they can put up.
Appealing to my pride will not help you against forces like the Exchange and the Hutt cartels. Are you that naive?
I do not wish to answer that question honestly.
The Hutt cartels have enough money to destroy every station and rebuild them the next day from the ground up. They will spend exorbitant amounts on security, and what they do to you if they catch you is far worse than anything even your Sith can imagine. They've been doing this for a really, really long time.
I would actually bet good money on the falsehood of that. But I see your point. No hacking of security systems. It was just an idea I thought to pose. I know nothing of computers.
If this were just some backwater swap meet, yes, but this is an Imperial controlled world, and not only that, we're at the point where the Hutts are. Yeah, the Hutts made a deal with the Sith at this point, so they're working together. So yeah, I'm not about to cross the cartels.
Fair enough. Didn't hurt to ask.
I understand, but seriously, don't cross the cartels.
Saban, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
So yeah, as you guys are finishing that conversation, the protocol droid has toddled out and says, "Greetings, fellow sentients. Today, our esteemed host, Boss Seaver, would like to invite you to admire and perhaps, if you are very lucky, purchase one of the fine items on our agenda for tonight. This is, as always, a loud auction. Feel free to yell and shout over each other, as you inevitably will." He makes a little nervous chuckling sound, and yeah, you can see, like, of course, when you came in, you had to hand over your guns, but everyone's still kind of got, like, knuckle dusters, and there's the occasional baton hidden on people, and you know, like, at least, like, 15 people in here have little holdout blasters hidden on them somewhere. So, yeah, the droid makes a nervous little chuckle and says, without further ado, let us present our first item." He will usher in a scantily clad Twi'lek who has on a pillow what looks to be a very standard, utterly unremarkable heavy blaster pistol.
Is the Twi'lek
This...
being sold?
Oh, go ahead.
I bet.
No, go ahead.
Oh, is the Twi'lek the one being sold?
No. She has a pillow in her hand on which is a blaster.
It's
Okay.
just Lil's terrible joke. I glance along at Starrick. Come on, we don't have that much money.
I know, but come
Cool, but
on.
It's a cool gun.
Let's see what the opening bid is.
If half of what they say about Nord is true, then that's been customized to hell and back.
Even if it looks like an old dinky normal?
Cal will lean in to Steric and say, "Thievery is always an option."
It is not.
Okay. You might only have half your skin left to lose. I've still got plenty.
Cal will shrug and let it lay there.
So yeah, the droid will indeed introduce it as a blaster pistol, having been previously owned by the famous bounty hunter Calo Nord. He will go through this list of technical specifications of this gun that by the time he's done, Stark is like visibly drooling. Well, no, but he's definitely got a watering mouth at this point. This thing has been fine-tuned and accurized. Its pressure chamber has been tuned up so high that just 5 shots will overheat it, but each one of them's enough to burn straight through the front and back of any Imperial soldier's armor. And of course, it comes with a certificate of authenticity from a fellow by the name of Gavin Tier. And the droid will point out a human sitting in the front of the crowd, who will give a little wave at everybody. Apparently, his name must ring some bell with somebody, because a few people clap and seem to take that as, actual certificate of authenticity. Maybe he's some sort of historian.
Yeah, what's his name? If he's a historian, I might actually have some kind of knowledge or bias.
Sure. His name is Gavin Tier.
Okay, then. What is it for, just a knowledge roll?
Yeah, knowledge would probably be the thing to roll here. Let's say difficulty 10.
Okay. And this is +2.
Nah. Now, the name's definitely familiar, but you can't quite place it.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah. Jackson also seems to be rather mystified by the gun, because the droid's barely finished speaking by the time he shouts out, 50,000! 50,000!
50,000 for my liberties and my justice.
And he's immediately just outbid by a Zabrak female with red skin and black tattoos. And the droid seems to recognize her, for he says, "Ah yes, 80,000 from the deadly and beautiful bounty hunter Carol Lesh. Do I hear 100? 100?" And someone else will bid that, and up it goes. Presumably, none of you are going to try and bid on this. It's a bit outside your price range.
No, but I will notice the abundance of K names.
We could sell Carl.
I could do a job.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That
No.
Cal will-
You're still giving me like, you can't sell my bodyguard.
Cal will assume when you meant sell, you meant hire him off for a job.
I figured for sex. Okay. We're all on different pages here.
Can we not make this Loot Wars, please?
Of course.
Alright, so yeah, the blaster ends up going for 500,000 or something. Unfortunately, yeah, it's much outside of Jackson's price range, so he'll grumble and huff and let it go to the red-headed Zabrak chick, who will give a whoop of satisfaction, and she'll go up and just immediately claim it, just shove it right into the holster on her side that's been emptied out, and she will march back to her seat, looking quite satisfied with herself.
And that was Karalesh.
Yes, I'll
Okay.
go ahead and copy that name for you.
Sweet.
And so the next item on the agenda is a small statue the Twilight brings out, maybe a foot tall. It's quite blocky and squat. It looks almost like a gorilla sitting back. But it's holding up what looks to be a bright blue crystal,
Blue.
which I don't think anybody but Cal has the expertise to really just immediately realize what this is. That's
Ahem. Xenoarchaeology, baby.
all right. Yeah, if you want to roll xenoarchaeology, I think that's fair. But Cal immediately recognizes what it is, and that's a kyber crystal, the kind of crystal used to power lightsabers. This statue is holding.
Huh. And not a synthetic one.
No.
That's a Sith artifact?
Alright, so yes, Lilesh also realizes that, yes, this is a kyber crystal being held up by this hideous little statue. And the protocol droid will say, yes, and here we have a archaeological artifact. This was discovered by a salvage team investigating a destroyed Sith Empire warship dated to be over 300 years old. The statue appears to be in remarkable shape, though we do not know exactly what planet it's from. Our dear friend Gavin here believes it's from Verizon. Quite old, if so.
Interesting.
Yes, this is what you're here for, it seems.
Alright, I'm gonna wait for the first bid, and I'm gonna feed in a slow response.
Okay. Yeah, so I think the first bid comes in at if comes from that fellow Gavin Tier. Actually, he'll say, 10,000. Let's start low. He'll give a smile.
Well, if it's low, 20,000.
We have a newcomer, the protocol droid says, acknowledging you.
I will tip ahead. Charmed.
Very well. 20,000 from the kitty. Do I hear 25? 25. There's another long moment, and Gavin will just put his hand up. Let's make it 30. Keep it interesting.
Interesting, you say.
I'm gonna look at Gavin and try to see if I can't sense anything from him with my stunted senses.
You don't even have the senses attribute unlocked, do you?
Nope. I was gonna see what you let me do.
Then no, you are not powerful enough in the Force yet to be able to really get any information just by looking at a fella.
I guess then I will just normal perception him. Try to
Same.
glean what he is. Okay. Well, Lilash is already on it.
I mean, you try as well. Like, it's literally whoever does best. I feel like we should all, give it a fucking go. Star Wars is one of those lovely games where if a bunch of people do...
I rolled a 0.
You made a 3 roll
No,
for 0. You put-
You have to type in what you're rolling, I see.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
like, that's why I keep putting in things like peep. That.
There you go. Alright. So yeah, he's a pretty normal-looking human by all standards. A bit of a big chin, small ears, short-cropped black hair. He's wearing a bomber-style vest, or a jacket rather, over a black vest. He doesn't seem to be armed or anything, but you can see on his table are several small handheld computers. Perhaps he's either doing research or communicating with someone as he bids.
Most curious.
You've noticed it too.
The thing that has me confused is that that's a kyber crystal. Rare artifacts indeed, but not so rare that they need to be sold on black markets. Furthermore, they're only useful for lightsabers. I have no idea why anybody not force sensitive would want one.
Yeah, I mean, it was as well like he was the only other person who tried this bid in, right?
Yeah, you two are the
Yes.
only people who've bid so far.
There's also one other
Interesting.
thing that bothers me. It's supposed to be a Sith artifact, but all Sith crystals are red due to their synthetic nature. That one,
This is meant to be old, yes. It could
Isn't-
always have been synthetic.
they've been synthetic for a very long time.
Hmm.
Even probably even further back than how old the
Yeah,
artifact
I'll
is.
raise us to 35.
Okay. So when you get to that point with your perception rolls, I think you see Gavin sort of grumble and quickly start tapping on one of those little computers. Whatever he sees gives him confidence to bump it up to 40, though. And I think you know, Lil, that 50 is probably about the highest you can really afford to go on your employer's credit line.
Sure, then I'm going to start trawling him. So we'll go from 40 to 41 instead.
Alright, alright. Would you like to make a perception roll again, just to see if you can see if he's like stretched to the limit already or not? Like how far he can go still. And I'll make a roll for him too. Let me see real quick. Before you put in the target number. Oops.
Sure.
Do. Put in double square bracket 5d6 plus 2 as the target number.
Yep. Looky loo. 4.
Alright. Can't quite get a read on him. He's good at hiding his face, though. He definitely seems to be communicating with someone as he makes these bids. Must be an agent for someone.
Alright.
So yeah, he'll meet you at 41 and a half.
Alright, and then they're going to drop a little bit higher. 43. Gavin, my darling, I believe you're trying to stretch us thin here.
He'll give you a faltering smile and say, I'd hate to overcharge the lady, you know. But, let's make it 500 more than that.
Now,
I'm going to look smug. 44. No fur off my back, darling.
Alright, why don't you make a con check? Perception con. And let's see if you can...
Wouldn't this be
you can
closer to
fool.
gamble?
Unfortunately, it is not.
Ugh. Why did I take gamble instead of con?
Well,
Con!
Let's make the target... Yeah, okay, I was gonna say 15.
So good at 4 dice.
Nice.
So fucking sick.
4 dice.
Alright, he nervously looks between you and his computer, and finally he sends one last message, must receive a reply, for he just topples the computer down onto its face and sits back, just puts his hands behind his head and lets the countdown run down. Do I hear 45? 45? Going once, going twice. Sold to the pretty kitty. And the Twi'lek will walk down off of the stage and present you with your artifact.
You've been a most pleasant darling. I will accept it from the droid and give it a smile. A winsome smile.
Cal's gonna kind of give it a closer look at the kyber crystal. He's curious about it.
Okay. Make a technical roll.
Oh, wait, technical roll.
Mm-hmm.
On kyber crystals?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Technology, you mean?
No, that
Or
would be knowledge technology. This is the technical attribute to see if you understand the workings
oh,
of
there it
kyber
is.
crystals enough to get any reading on it. Because I know the lightsaber repair skill goes under there.
God, me and Cal are very bad at that.
You don't
We're
know,
so
but
trash.
it definitely looks much more jagged and unrefined than most kyber crystals you've seen.
Cal,
Hmm? Huh? Yes. He'll kind of snap his eyes away from the kyber crystal.
when we leave, this is going to look like it's going in my bag. It's going in yours. Understand?
Yes, I understand.
Excellent. And yeah, I will for now just lift the hem of my jacket a little bit and slip it under there so it can rest on the inside pocket without falling loose.
Alright. So, do you guys want to stick around for the rest of the auction, or are you content to leave?
Yes, I did say I would like to help with our boys, Bargolith, or whatever it was, Sale.
Alright, yeah, his boar gullet.
Borgullet, that was it.
So yeah, he is indeed the next thing up on the agenda. So, the Twilight Girl comes back with a chain in her hand, a big, long, heavy chain, and seems to have some trouble.
This thing out?
Yeah, they drag out this huge, room-sized tentacle abomination that's just thrashing these octopus-like tentacles around, smacking the ground, and reaching for people, but it can never quite get at anybody.
I thought they were just gonna project a hologram of it.
Nope, Borgullet's in the house, bitch. So yeah, the droid will say, and here we have a creature that feeds on thought, one that can sense lies and all manner of other emotions. It will take a nervous step back as the tentacles swipe near to him. It appears that this fellow is quite in demand. Let us start with 40,000, shall we? 40,000? And some alien with a giant, elephantine snout and big goggles on immediately raises its hand, and he says, "Ah, yes, our silent enigma Zons with 40,000. Do we have 50?
God,
Of
fuck
course, I would say we have 55.
Oh my. Quite the wealthy individual we have here. Very rare to see someone bidding on two different items here. Do we
Well,
have...
very much at the limit, but we'll see if this pushes the last person out.
Right, and you said it was going to be, 50 or something?
I said 55.
Alright, 55. Very well. Do we hear 60? 60. Right, and the bounty huntress, Caro, will put up her hand and say, 75. And she'll give the alien a wicked smile, and she's already resting her hand on the hilt of this blaster.
Yeah, I'll frown and pout. Why, damn, it seems you've overshot me immediately.
A girl's got to know what she wants, Zabrak says, giving you a toothy smile, and it looks like her teeth have all been, filed down to points.
Yeah, I mean, I give her a grin with my naturally sharp ones before winking at her. But of course. Yeah, I'll settle back on the heels and hope that our boy is happy with 75.
Yes, he seems to be quite excited, and he'll give you a thumbs up from the back, and Zons will bring it up to 80, Caro to 85. Some other alien, a big quadrupedal fellow with giant ears, will bring it up to 100, and that seems to silence the room for a good few moments before Zons will offer up 110, and that
Physical
seems to
pain.
quiet people down. And yeah, going once, going twice, sold for 110 to Zons.
Physical pain.
Yeah, this ugly little alien will go up to the stage and take the Borg gullet's chain in his hands, and as he does so, and the Twi'lek releases it, the Borg gullet just sweeps one of its tentacles and just grabs the Twi'lek by the head and sucks her in. Just slams her face down into his giant, flabby body, and you hear this horrible sucking sound as it starts, like, doing something to her brain, and she screams and flails around, and nobody really seems to mind. Like, it's not a, oh my gosh, do something moment. It's just like, meh.
Yeah, I will twitch.
Yeah, and you can see Jackson beside you just grimace like, ugh, oh dear.
Bet you're
What
glad you
is-
sold it quickly.
What is it doing? Is it going to eat her?
Yes,
It's gonna
sort
eat her brains out,
Yeah.
metaphorically, hopefully not literally. And Zons is pulling the chain, trying to get the Borg gullet to move, and it's being very sluggish, just dragging this like green Twi'lek along behind it.
Alright, I need an extra drink.
Alright, so, does anyone do anything about this situation, or will you let the poor Twi'lek get dragged off into the rapey darkness?
I would, but I'm also looking at 110,000 credits of try and stop this, so I don't think I'm going to, sadly.
You know, hells. Would it be possible to grab her and try to yank her out without getting in tentacle range?
It would be possible, but it would certainly require a roll.
I will help.
I'll slam my drink back, go grab her ankle and try to yank her out before too much damage is done.
Alright, would both of you who are trying to help make a dodge roll and set the target number at double square brackets, 46 plus 1.
And considering I don't have any brains at all, I would probably be pretty safe from this creature.
That makes a lot of sense. Would you like to also go in there?
My dodge is not very good.
46
You don't have to
plus
dodge
1,
that.
you said. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'll help, yeah.
Oh, while they're distracted, while everyone's distracted, I'm going to use this moment to foist the crystal off onto Cal.
Cal's been staring at it the whole time.
It's been secreted away back in a jacket, and she gets it out, sends a message on our compad, uses that moment to hand swap it off to you. So you are now in possession of this thing in a little bag.
He's just staring at the bag then. And
Put it
once,
in your. If I have to, I will stamp on your foot. Get it together.
depending on what Derek says, he'll rather wake up from it, but he doesn't know what's going on yet. He's kind of hypnotized by the thought of it right now.
I succeed.
Sick.
The thing didn't work, so I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
You didn't put in the double square brackets around it.
I did not.
Alright, so, yeah, Ashaya, you duck underneath one of Borgullet's tentacles and grab the Twi'lek slave by her little collar and pull her out of its tentacle. But as you do so, Stark gets slammed in the chest. So I'm going to roll some damage on you here, buddy boy. Alright, so you're going to need to make a strength roll to resist 14 damage. If you're wearing any armor, make sure to add that on in.
Fucking hell.
Oof. Okay, so I believe that means you are wounded. So you're going to take a 1d penalty going forward. But you're not severely
Where on
fucked
the
up.
sheet do I put that?
We'll just mark it on your token here. So you will have... What's good? It's a good wound icon. There you go. Have the arrows in you. Let's see, she was a green Twi'lek, so here you go.
wasn't the only one about to rush out and do that.
Cute.
Better than trying to shoot at it, which was
Oh,
my
no.
first thought.
Yeah, I have a better plan, thankfully, I think. That might be
Here's
awesome.
my question: do you just get the Twilight out, or do you still have to pull it out?
So you get the Twi'lek out, but unfortunately now Stark's in the shit.
Oh shit! Well, Cal will break free of his little hypnotic state, and he'll be like, "Starrick!" and he'll kind of get up and try to help as well.
Did you take the bag, though, and secret it away like you were asked?
Yes.
Good.
All
He'll
right.
resist the urge to instantly pull out his lightsaber, but he'll go towards the scene once it is his turn. I will say that he is delayed, or at least in segment 2, if he gets to move.
I, on the other hand, I'm gonna head towards that bounty hunter with the horns.
Okay. So boop, boop. Yeah. Sans will continue trying to just drag his Borg gullet away. He just doesn't give a shit about any of this. And at this point, now that people are like getting involved, the protocol droid will say, "Oh my, it seems we have a bit of a scuffle. Security, 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 security." And you can see some thugs starting to move towards you guys. Whether they're going to help or hinder you, you don't really know. So, Starrick, since it's going to take a bit for Cal to get there, as well as H1, I believe, is also moving in to help.
Do we have to plot all these segments, by the way, before we?
No, we're just gonna do them one after the other. We're not in like full combat time here yet.
Okay.
So, Stark, I would like you to give me a knowledge roll, as Borg Gullet would very much like to feast upon your thoughts.
Target number?
The target number is going to be 10. Just a 10 this time. Uh-oh. Okay. So, Stark, what's your most painful memory?
Can I take a second?
Absolutely.
For this. Thank you.
Alright, so yeah, the rest of you just see, like, Stark's eyes go wide and maybe, like, tear up or something as Borg Gullet's tentacle wraps around his throat and splats onto his face and drags this mucousy mess across of it.
Stark!
And then, yeah, Cal and H1 get up there. Borg Gullet just completely ignores H1, but Cal, I would like you to make a dodge roll against 46 plus 1 as a target number. And again, you'll need to put that in square brackets.
Alright. Dice roll. Dodge. You said 46, right?
Yeah, 46 plus 1. Holy Jesus fuck. Okay.
You've got excellent dice, Micro.
Oh.
Alright. So you duck and weave and grab one of Stark's boots, but now he is in full brain suck mode, so I would like you to give me a strength roll, and you can take an extra 1d from H1 helping you. She's got his other foot by now.
Sweet. Alright. Oh, wrong thing. We'll use
And the target number will be the same, the 46 plus 1.
Alright. Yeah. I'll try this first before doing any force bullshit. Okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're good. You pull Stark out, and a lot of you tumble onto the ground. Just as Lelesh is getting over to where our good friend Carolesh has been sitting. Boop.
My darling Caro, it seems to me that right now, if this situation got far messier, you may have lost the initial purchase, but you might get a chance to test that blaster out on the creature and escape a little blame.
She gives you a sort of strange look and says, I don't think I caught your name. And she'll
My
put out
name
a
is
hand.
Lilesh. A pleasure. And I will indeed offer my own in kind.
And so she'll shake it, and yeah, like in the background, starts getting flopped around by Borgullet and yanked out of its grasp, and it's making horrible gurgling noises and just flipping tables and shit. But yeah, Kara doesn't really seem to care. And she says, "Well, no offense, Lilish, but I'm not going to get involved in this. I don't fancy getting ventilated by Boss Seaver's mooks."
I suppose so. What's Siva been like recently?
Well, you've seen the streets coming in, I imagine. It's not easy being on the down low down here. Sith are cracking down. Everything is getting a little crowded. She'll, like, nod outside to that, endless stream of, wretched people moving out outside on the streets.
Indeed. Still, of course, it would be remiss of me not to create some contact opportunities. New in the area, after all. And I'm going to give her my holo signal.
Alright.
If ever you're in the business of acquisition as opposed to direct hunting, something you'd rather just have eyes on the street for, do let us know.
Alright, yeah, she'll take it, and she'll have her own compat out and just flash you her own deets and say, "Well, I'll keep that in mind, and if you ever need someone tracked down and gutted or just roughed up a little, give me a call."
Of course.
And she'll
But
give
no
you a wink.
disintegrations.
Ah, the dank memes.
The equivalent of a Star Wars dank meme is telling a bounty hunter no incinerations.
Disintegrations.
Oh god. Disintegrations even, yes.
Flashbacks to Jedi Academy 2. Laser deaths. Alright, well, I assume I get Steric out of the Borgolus's grasp and have him on the floor.
Yeah, I think at this point, he is on the floor, and yeah, he's shaking, has tears in his eyes, and Borgullet also has, like, these big black tears running down its flabby face, and it's flopping its tentacles around.
Monster's lucky I don't slay it.
You remembered stepping on Lego.
Come on, Steric, wake up. You're a stronger soldier than this. I know you're alright. Does Steric not respond?
It's a good question.
I don't know. To be honest, I'm sort of dependent upon Saban here telling me how this monster works.
So yeah, you got pulled out, so you just experienced this memory front to back as if you were there. Every second, every emotion, every physical feeling you felt that day, you've experienced once again. But the
Like it
moment you were
just
pulled out, the horrible memories stopped. You no longer hear the shells falling, the scream of women and children, all that just fades in an instant.
Were you
As-
having a Vietnam flashback?
I was gonna say D-Day, but that works too.
I'm going. Cal?
Steric, come on. Get to your feet.
The fuck just. I'm going to kill that bitch one day. Well,
Perhaps we should
Twi'lek.
get you back to the
Twi'lek.
ship, Steric.
did one of you get the girl?
You see Ashea pulling her away.
Yeah, so the scantily clad Twi'lek is on the ground sobbing, and several of the goons just grab her by the arms and haul her to her feet, and one of them gives her a rough push back towards the stage and says, "Get back to work."
I'll look back down at Steric and go, I'll never understand why you risk yourself for total strangers.
Man's got to do what a man's got to do. Yeah. Give me a hand up, kid.
I'll give him a hand up.
I will also help.
All right. Yeah, the thugs will escort the Twilight back up, except for one of them, a Bith with a big bald head and black eyes, who will come up to you and say in a sort of stuttery common, "Sorry for inconvenience. Please enjoy drinks on the house for the night," and will sort of indicate the bar and then turn on a heel and march off.
Gal will take a deep breath and expel away his murder boner. I will return to his seat.
So that's how your boss rewards saving his property. Fair enough.
I'll go give Stark a pat on the back and pull out. Yeah, I probably have some kind of rag on hand. I know that Ashaya does, but it's also probably oil coated and probably less helpful in this situation.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay, we'll go back to ogling this crystal. In the
No,
back.
not directly.
He won't take it out, but he won't take it out, but you can clearly see
You
he's
mean
like clutching the bag.
fondling?
He's fondling the bag.
Yeah.
He may or may not be having a my precious moment.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Perhaps
feel
we
like
should
I'll
have-
slap him around
perhaps-
the back of the head.
Perhaps
Ow.
somebody else should hold on to it.
Oh, did you require something from me, Lady Lilash?
All right. Before we leave here, what's got you so focused on this thing?
This thing? Oh, you mean the artifact? Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
You see, the whole point of trying to pass it off on you was to keep things subtle. However, sadly, I can't help but look at it and going to have to ask for it back.
right. I am sorry, Lady Lilash. I don't know what's coming over me. It's just, I've seen kyber crystals before, of course, but this one is different. I don't really know how to fully explain it, but I'm drawn to it in a way. It's
In a
not
way
like most
that
Sith
you-
crystals.
Yes, but is it in a way that you would describe as dangerous or otherwise?
Many aspects of the dark side of the Force are dangerous. I wouldn't really know how to tell you if it was a bad danger. I'm sorry. I can return the artifact to you, or I can make the effort again not to be enraptured by it. I won't let myself get
Oh.
distracted by it again.
I'll do a quick perception. Has anyone who, namely has, what's his fucking face, Tyr, noticed that it went off onto Cal?
That's a good question. Cal, why don't you make a sneak check? That's perception based.
You're okay.
Sick.
All right.
I hoards the precious.
Yeah, I'll blink and go, actually, you know what? I do believe you can hang on to it. That being, I don't see where you just put it. And then I'll squint. It isn't inside you, is it?
No, of course not.
Okay, very good.
That would make it very inconvenient for whenever I would need to move quickly.
Actually, yes, it did look like it had quite a few rough edges.
I will keep it safe.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Jesus shit titty cunt fucks.
It's a pretty good roll, if I do say so myself.
Well, I mean, he's got 6 perception. I had half the dice.
Yeah, I throw 5 at sneak myself. Your roll was significantly more impressive, but that's just rough.
It's what happens when you don't got the skills.
Yeah, hide sneak's more my jam, but I wanted to go with the old switcheroony.
Should put more points in the sneak, considering how he was trained as an assassin, but that's for later.
Yeah, that's a developerino.
Yeah, don't need to worry much about that. So, as you are, I guess, recovering your dear friend. Let's see. Here's actual slave prices. Wow, 13 to 15,000 for a pleasure slave.
Yeah, I was fucking surprised, but I watched it. I watched a video on this exact subject today.
Yeah, what? No, is this balanced for this game? Credits will
Probably
change.
not.
Yeah, credits will change compared to balance of a game, because now we're talking about like starting to travel into starship territory with that. Because I sold the starship and I have half the money left from the starship, and I only have 6,000.
God, inflation's a real bitch, isn't it?
We're American, we would know.
Credits go from being worth Aussie dollars to yen.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking in this game, not in like canon. Because if so, that means that my starship should have been worth way more.
I'm waiting for what happens next.
So,
Yeah, I believe it'll be, I'll go on up to Jackson. Well, Jackson, I recognize the look of someone who has turned in quite well.
Yeah, you're damn right, beautiful. I am an even wealthier man now. He'll get a big grin and tuck his data pad into his jacket pocket. Here, and he'll take out a credit sheet and flip it to you. Figure a fair's fair, after all.
Oh, why, thank you very much, Jackson.
That's
Yeah, well,
got, I
as
think,
opposed to immediately
300.
swipe it off on my pad, I'll just pocket it for now, and that more, like, it looks cooler, obviously, to pocket a chip than it does to pull out your fucking device and go, flick,
Yeah.
flick. So I just slip it away for now.
I mean, slaves certainly devalue with use,
Yeah,
but
I really value with use.
so yeah, just you write down on your sheet that it's 300 credits. Pretty much all that he took off you at the table.
Nice. I mean, I'll certainly appreciate that.
Right. Now that we have what we came for, we should make movement to the lead.
Yes, I suppose so. As fun as it would be to hang around with you, Jackson, I'm sure the last thing you want is imperial attention. I think it's best that we ourselves get out of here quickly. But should we ever cross ways again, and I will hand out my contact details for the second time today.
Well, if you're sure, I wouldn't mind a little imperial attention if it meant keeping beautiful woman's.
Of course. But in our case, it seems they're likely after what we've got to. And in our case, imperial attention is quite deadly. We don't have as much money.
Well, I'll take your word for it then. I'll be back at the Shooting Star for at least a little bit. He'll tap his hat. Hopefully I'll see you again before I have to head back into the black.
I'll be hoping for it too. And should the chance slip us by, please do keep in touch.
Right. So he'll make a big exaggerated bow and take your hand, put a little kiss on it, then swagger his wealthy nerf baron ass on out of here.
I'll look to the others afterwards. I like him. He was charming.
Right. H1, I suggest we use one of the other exit passages.
Yes, that would be a logical action for it.
Let's not leave for the front door, Lady Lilash. I have a suspicion that us acquiring the crystal is not the end of it.
Well, I have been known to prefer the back door. Let's go.
Once again, I
Before
feel
we
like you're not
go,
talking about normal doors.
I want to see how many bottles I can con out of this bar.
Well, they did say on the house, see if you can grab yourself some road beers.
Exactly.
Alright, so Stark gets himself a bottle to go. Little brown bag around it.
A bottle? No. I'm getting as many as I can, as many as they'll let me. just like a little take-home hamper full of bottles of rot gut.
All right, yeah, you get a 6-pack. Just enough to give everyone a little thrill when you get back to the wherever they think you're staying. And so, yes, you have acquired the artifact.
Going towards one of the side exits,
All right.
and once we get near the exit, Cal will ready himself by putting his hand on the hilt of his saber under his robes.
Also, just out of character for a second, if you don't go back out through the front door, any of you that surrendered your guns isn't
We
going
didn't.
to be able to get them back.
No one surrendered any guns.
Yes, if you had a weapon on you, you surrendered it.
Oh, you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Cal wouldn't have surrendered his lightsaber.
I know. They wouldn't have taken that from you. They probably wouldn't
We
even
were
realize
not
what it
fucking
is.
dead.
That would be a bad idea.
People who
I'm
know what a
sorry.
lightsaber is aren't going to try to take it, but most people don't know what a lightsaber is, as evidenced by
Not
the
in
fact
this
that
age.
Yeah, in this age,
Even-
In this age, there's lots of like Sith and Jedi.
it's
not like
literally in the middle of
1,000
the.
years from now, where there's like fucking none.
yeah,
Or like
but
in-
even in this age, a lightsaber generally just looks like a tube. And people, have you seen what people in Star Wars carry on their persons? They have like crap all over.
I'd
Like,
say a lightsaber would
If
be.
you didn't actually know what to look for, you would have a hard time telling between a normal lightsaber and like an ornate glow rod.
I would say in a city important enough to be imperially occupied, people would know what a lightsaber is.
Well,
Especially
yeah, this,
with-
They know what it is, but would they know how to identify it on sight?
the only exception I'd make for this is if this was, as Ashaya feared, a cartel run, because the cartels are, again, the in the EU are generally smarter than the Republic and the Empire combined.
Yep.
Okay, nerd boners put away. Saban said that they didn't take it. So either way, I guess we'll go get our guns back and then. Shit, so we have to leave for the front door. Alright.
It'll be fine.
It's fine.
We only needed to know where a side or a back door was in case of emergencies. We can leave the front door with protection.
Yeah.
Are we going to be heading back to the ship now?
I'm
I
already
believe
on
so.
my way there.
Yep. Yeah, at some point I sent a hollow message off to our patron in this case with the details.
Yeah. Let me see. Let's see. Where did you post that? Ah, here we go.
A little bit up. Oh, no, you got it.
Okay, check sandwich. Payment is going to give this back to you. I don't trust it. Okay. Yeah, I'll just put that in my notes here for when you get a response.
Thank you.
Alright.
Because, yeah, Lilish, when she took up this job, undoubtedly didn't go and take this job going, by the way, the Nazis are after your archaeologist loot again. You're like, again?
At this point, you should just expect it.
I should always expect it, but you always get to charge more afterwards, because then you get to do your Indiana Jones of, I hate Nazis. Why is it always the Nazis?
But the
Why did it
space
have to be?
Nazis.
Why did it have to be the space snakes?
Space snakes.
Look,
Why
man,
have
we
to
don't
be
want to
the
get to. You don't want to deal with space snakes. They're super mean because they can force levitate lightsabers.
Well, dude, no, in Star Wars, space snakes are big enough to devour entire ships.
Yep.
That's literally a thing.
Anything go wrong when we leave through the front door?
Just make sure you watch out for those space dragons. Those are rush wars.
Swiggity swooty. Let's go back to that ship.
The most frightening thing are actually space krakens from 40k.
And dump out our booty.
So would you like me to use the map to plot a more circuitous route back to the hangar? Or did we just want to go straight there?
Would be preferable. Let's not give.
Yes. Yes,
Let's
I
not
think
give them-
let's yeah.
Yeah, let's not give them an easy route to us. By the time they realize we're leaving, I want them to be able to do nothing about it.
Those
Okay.
are pretty great waifus, the cobras.
I will try to plot our course through a few busy marketplaces, for which we can get lost in the crowd a couple of times.
Okay.
I'll be keeping my eyes on Cal during this just in case.
Cal will try to make sure his hoodie is at least covering his missing part of his face.
Uh,
Alright,
Gotta-
Lil, as you guys are heading out, would you make a parting perception check? Just to
sure, I
see.
would love to. Oh, only a 16 this time.
Only a 16. It's better than a 12.
Yeah, at least it isn't 12 again.
Alright, you notice as you are leaving that Gavin is already gone by the time you get out the door. He is conspicuously absent, in fact.
I will mention that. It seems surprising that he made a quick exit.
Surprises me none. I had a feeling that we won't be seeing the end of him.
Yes, no, I have very much the same idea. Hopefully
I
we're
would
getting a
have
little
thought
more
he would
payout
have
of
been
things.
more friendly after you had helped him get 100,000 credit.
No, Gavin, the guy who wanted the crystal off of us.
Oh, that guy. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Jason is Jason. Jason's our buddy.
The other one was Jackson.
Jackson's our
Rain.
buddy. Jackson's our buddy. Gavin is the other guy.
We should
Right.
leave before he has the chance to enact my philosophy on us.
Yes, let's go get lost.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Can we all
That's-
join in for a streetwise to do this check and just come up with the better?
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to make a group streetwise check.
Streetwise perception.
Don't have that skill. Is
Since
that
I'm
what is that?
Knowledge.
since
Knowledge?
I'm
So can I just
wounded,
roll-
I believe I'm -1 dice.
Yep.
Yes.
4d6. I like 4d6 far more than
Jesus.
4d8 because a 4d8 rolled shit.
One day I'll be able to ask a question.
Yeah,
Can
I
I
mean,
roll
like,
this?
shit.
Can I roll this without having the skill?
Yeah, absolutely. You never have to have
Okay.
the skill to try.
Okay.
H1, do you have any medical protocols? I have some med packs if it's needed to heal Steric.
I am not a medical droid.
She's my
Anybody's-
gun, sweetie.
My specialties are guns, piloting, and cultures and languages.
Healing is a technical skill, isn't it?
Let's see. I believe so. Yes, medicine is indeed.
Oh, then I certainly can do it.
I have medicine something, I forget. Which I
48.
specifically said I didn't want to do.
I am sorry.
Okay, well,
You-
rest in peace.
Your character sheet does not say you have medicine.
But I have 4 dice in it.
Your
Because he-
character sheet does not say that.
4 dice and
Because I don't
technical
use
is...
that one.
Stray is not a
Oh.
droid.
Oh,
Stray
I'm
does
sorry.
not need
That's
to have
right.
the
You have
specific
just a
skill.
straight 4D and all technical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Okay,
a
so
straight
you have
4D on all
and you're,
technical.
right.
Cal's gonna kitty eye up to Ashia. Fuck.
Ashaya.
Ashaya, damn it. I was horrible.
One day.
Ashaya. Cal will give big kitty eyes. Ask for Starrick heals. He needs healing.
Does Starrick need healing?
I mean, he's
He's got a
wounded,
wound.
yeah.
Oh, he actually has a wounded condition.
Yes.
Let's find out. Let's find out if I can help. Fleshy bodies are so much harder than droid bodies.
The target number is 10 if you want to expend a med pack.
I will give him a
How does that work?
You just mark the med pack off your character sheet and make a medicine test.
I'm giving you
What
my
does
med
that?
pack.
What bonus does that do, though? My question.
It
What do you
allows
mean?
you to make the roll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't heal somebody just by like poking them with a stick. You gotta have a med pack.
I mean, target
Cal
number is
has med pack, and I have a med pack as well.
I also have a med pack.
Wow.
I
Alright,
rolled
yeah.
pretty deep, so
You fill in the wound with synth flesh and nanomachines that quickly go to work repairing it, and by the time you're like 5 levels up, Stark's feeling right as rain.
Cal will give
That is one hell of a roll.
Eric. Cal will give go sit in my corner.
Ashaya.
Ashaya a hug.
Ashaya, whatever.
Ashe again.
One
Goddamn.
one last time, Stray. What is your character's name?
It's Ashaya.
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 Ashaya. Like the goddess.
Yeah.
The point is, you're getting kitty hug.
Yes. You get
Marshmallow.
squishy marshmallow mom hug back, and a pat on the head.
Oh,
Will enough head pats and squishy hugs make Cal less of a dark side person?
I don't. Well, I mean, I would say no, other than the fact that my character looks like how DCL made it. So, I mean, with that kind of thickness, anything's possible.
You can convert to the light side with that kind of thickness.
it's true. It's true.
So yes, we get 5 levels up without a problem.
Yeah, it's on the 6th level that things get a little less good.
I was saying, how many levels do we have to climb?
If you want to get back to your ship, like 70.
Oh. So this is still early on. Damn it.
Yeah, you're a lot. You're the equivalent of like 5 blocks up.
Okay, fair enough.
When you notice that the market you guys are passing through is getting awfully deserted, awfully quick.
The signs of
Uh-oh.
combat to come, and Cal will have his lightsaber hilt in hand under robes. I say we move quickly before the ambush can be
I'll
sprung.
drift a hand to the holster of my blaster. But yes, perhaps we should take a slightly different route.
Oh, no
boy.
need for that, a male voice says. Of course it's Gavin. What else could it be? He struts out from an alleyway nearby. He's got a blaster pistol in his hand, and in the other he's flipping a credit chit over and over. He gives you all a roguish smile and says, Now, I'm truly sorry about all this, but my patron has a keen interest in that statue. I'm going to need you to hand it over.
I'm going to remove my hood and say, "You're making a big mistake. I give you one chance. Step down."
I'm going to look behind us.
Yeah, so behind you guys, you hear a clank, 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 clank as several armed droids move in behind you.
Droids. What model are they? Are they the impressive bullshit droids, or are they like...
They
the
are
weak shit?
Imperial military droids.
Yeah, not droidicas. They are just like humanoid war constructs with blaster carbines, I believe. Yeah.
Rad.
So yeah, the droids aim their rifles up at you, and Gavin gives you all an almost apologetic shrug and says, "Sorry, little guy, but my employer doesn't take no for an answer."
Is your employer worth going against a Sith? It's time for bluster.
My employer is a Sith, kid. You kill me, you're just gonna have to face him next. Come
I
on,
think Sith.
be reasonable. Hand it over.
Okay, so bluster has failed. I'll look to a shot. Lilash.
Hey,
I'll sigh and nod.
Savin.
Mm-hmm.
I asked a bit back, but I forget how what your answer was, and I had it marked off on this sheet, and it just says, "As saving about it." So how do grenades work in this game?
Oh God.
Lots of rules.
Is it a lot of rules? Because I can't remember. I asked you. You said you'd look it up and get back to me.
Yeah,
You have
it's
to make a roll to throw the grenade, then the grenade has to make its own roll against everyone in the blast radius, and then for everyone that is actually hit by it, there's a damage roll.
Wow, that is a pain. Never mind.
I think you also need to make a roll just to see if your grenade goes wide, because the farther
Yeah,
away
that's the
you throw.
grenade itself's bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So how
that's
far
what
away?
I said first.
Oh, sorry. I
Okay,
thought you meant just like a
so-
normal attack roll. So how
So
far away?
even worse than they do in 40k. Gotcha.
Yeah, I
Yep.
know, right?
So how far away is Gavin?
let's see. He's probably like I don't know, 50 feet away from you.
Really? And he's fucking putting us at blaster point like he's gonna hit?
I mean, like,
Wait.
he's not the guy who's going to be shooting you. It's the ward droids behind you, right? Like, he doesn't want to shoot you. It's not his job.
I have a question. Where
Mhm.
are we? What does this area look like?
You are in a market. It's a dark, dingy, like, space station market. There's a bunch of neon signs on either side advertising various shops. There's plenty of cover all around. There's, market stalls, boxes, fountains, that sort of thing. But it's fairly dark inside, and all the people have pretty quickly cleared out.
Alright. Well, how far away are the droids from me? I'm basically making an assessment of distances. Well, he's got us circled.
Yeah, they're like 20 feet away from you.
Okay, so they're much closer.
Yeah, they're at what would be short range for them, for sure.
Alright, Gavin. It seems against better logic, it seems with such reasoning we have to give up the crystal.
See, I knew you'd be reasonable. I'll tell you what, I'll even make it worth your while, since you haven't destroyed any of my nice little droids. And he takes a credit sheet and, puts it up. 20,000 for the statue. Not a bad deal, huh?
A bad one, considering we paid twice as much for that. But I suppose our lives are also a part of that deal.
Now you're thinking, now you're thinking.
Right.
Hey, Cal, I think this is one of those occasions where you have pretty much immediate permission to, and I'll, make a little clicky button motion,
Cal
and then
knows
see if
this.
it makes him renegotiate.
Cal knows this, but he's worried about everybody else within droid shooting distance.
I am going to just try to get out of the way of this, and I need to look something up for a bit. So I can't find the page where tools are on.
Alright.
Alright. My own employer, Lady Lilash, is the one with the crystal. How do you want to do the exchange?
Just put it on the ground and walk away.
So since we're in the market, there's plenty of locations where we can walk away, right?
Yeah, there's
not like we have to
alleys
walk-
all over. There's the street. You can just leave.
Damn, so worried about the squishies. And Stray's out looking up something.
No, I'm fine. You
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Shia
there's
got
a-
out of the way.
Yeah, if there's anything that actually a Share is good at, it's very good at not getting hit.
Yeah,
What
Shia-
about
Shia.
What about H1 though? H1 is also a friend.
H-Run
I
has
used-
like 1,000,000 points of armor.
She's actually also not the worst at dodging. Looking at that,
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not very good at dodging. I'm good at taking hits.
yeah. I mean, 3 dice ain't nothing to snoot at.
3.
It's only 2.
The 1d dex 2. Oh no, of course, yes. The number in there is your total number. Duh. So it's 2 dice. Okay, that's right. You are quite ass at it, but you are also ribbit with all your ribbit armor.
Alright, so he's 15 meters away from me. How fast can I make myself if I do want to do the little force control bullshit?
I
Like, can I get it?
mean, like, you can get there in... Let's see, he's 50 feet away, so you move, what, like...
10 meters at a dash, and that's 15 meters away. I got like
So...
5 dex and 4 strength.
Yeah, I think you could make a control roll to, like, double your speed for a turn.
That said, I have a stun pistol, which is fuck all worthless on robots, but I can certainly fill this guy full of, tase him.
Okay, so I'm going to say this now, and I know I am probably wrong, but Cal is a technical dummy, so this is the assumption he's making. He's making the assumption that Gavin probably has the control for all the robots, that taking him out will get the control for said robots. So he's going for Gavin.
Okay. If you guys
Not
would
completely illogical.
uh,
It is possible.
add your perception to the board here.
Yeah, it's a flat number,
I
right?
can't edit my my thing in the turn order. I
Do you
don't
not have
think I
control over
control.
you don't have control over your token? All right, let me fix that for you. There you go. That's weird.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Don't know why that was, but we'll go with it.
Shoot to thrill.
Shoot the thrill. Alright, everyone's on, so let's sort ascending, actually. So, H1. What are your actions?
I'm out of position here.
Are you? Yes, you are.
Should be beneath Cal.
There you go. No problem.
Don't, Sean.
My only
No,
problem with
let me
this is
see.
that before combat starts, how do they react until we do something?
And until you do something, they're not going to do anything. But as soon as you do, then this all starts.
Fair enough.
So actually, would the people before Cal even be able to declare? Is the question.
Yes. Remember, all of this happens at once. This is just, who gets to decide, who gets to see what other people are doing ahead of time. So yeah, like, they don't get to know what Cal's doing, right? Like, they just know, oh, something's happening, time to shoot people. Beep boop. So yeah, H1.
So there's no trickery. This is just a fight now.
Well, I mean, if you guys want to continue trying to trick them, you can, but it sure seems like Cal's, like, getting ready to start using force powers, so...
It's very weird. The slower people going first. It's a very
Declaring
strange.
first.
Yeah, everything's happening at the same time. You just have to decide what you're doing, and then other people can react to what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I tried to like wiggle to see if we could get like a moment to move or something, but he was very smart with how he wants the thing to go.
Yeah,
I mean, come on. Welcome to saving NPCs. They're not idiots.
Yeah, I was hoping. I had to try.
Well, as my position, I would try to get between Lilash and the droids,
Okay, so...
and I guess pull out my own blaster.
Okay, so that's going to put you at a 1 dice penalty.
Just pulling out the blaster is a thing.
But it doesn't take a turn.
The first movement of every turn is free, though.
Right. So yeah,
Wait,
you
so-
have that 1 die penalty. It doesn't... The first movement doesn't put a penalty on you, but it does take a segment.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought movement always took a penalty if you dashed.
If you dash, yes. If you're just moving the one time, which
Oh,
is
okay,
what
yeah.
H1 is doing, then yeah, it doesn't penalize you.
So I would have a -1 on all of on like everything.
On everything that happens after segment 1.
Drawing a blaster that's holstered is always like a -1d.
Yep.
Okay, well, if I want to fight back, I had to draw my fucking gun, so...
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
like,
that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So, do you want to shoot your gun in segment 2?
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll just try and shoot at one of these droids in Sector 2. Segment 2.
Alright, do you want to take any further actions after that?
No, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So, yeah, all the droids are going to shoot, there's 6 of them, so they'll each shoot you guys once, and one of them will shoot, let me just roll a d5. Lilish is going to get a second shot on her.
Dex.
I'd like to point out that I was hiding behind cover.
That's fine. So there's actually a covered table I found in the back of the book, so a person we're going to say...
reference things at the very end.
Yes. Aha. There's a lot of pages of reference material back there, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I thought you knew that when we were doing the fight last time.
The weapon rules,
Yeah,
the
I meant the cover
ranges for different things, those are only back there and nowhere else in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So yeah, henceforth, taking cover behind a person like Lil is doing to H1 will give you a +2, or impart a +2 to their target number.
I actually thought that'd be worth more.
No, I mean, especially if they don't care if they hit the other person, like pew pew pew.
It would be different if it was, say, like a hostage, and you have a person, you're using someone as a body shield, and they don't want to hit the person that you're holding. It would have a much higher penalty.
Yeah. Specifically, like a +6.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
So, Ashaya and Cal, what are you doing?
Are these droids closed-circuited?
You don't know.
I would like to use my pocket, small computer and my security systems toolkit to try to hack the droids.
Okay, cool. And would you like to take any further action this round?
Other than hiding behind some cover, no.
Alright. So yeah, you are behind cover. If you're behind like a concrete pillar or something, that's going to be a +5, so keep that in mind, please. And Cal, what would you like to do?
I am going to definitely be using force powers to dash forward towards Gavin.
Alright.
Will be igniting lightsaber that I have in my hand.
Alright. So...
Yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah, that doesn't take an action. That'd be silly.
And then, I guess if he doesn't move for whatever reason, I guess I have to, like, declare I'm going to try to hit him before then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll declare...
let's be clear here. You're using the Force in the first segment, then you're moving to him in the second segment.
I was using the Force to move. Or is it like using the Force as a prep action?
My understanding was you wanted to increase your movement speed with control.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be use the Force in segment 1, then you move in 2, then you can attack or whatever in segment 3.
So will things go off then when I'm using the Force to move? I guess they would since other people are doing stuff. Because I don't think they could like tell that I'm priming myself with a Force unless they're Force sensitive. Is what I'm saying.
Probably not.
You know what? Yeah.
You know what? Actually, yeah. Let's do this. Let's move everything back a segment except for Cal's Force powers.
Okay then.
So I think that makes things a little bit more fair. So he'll be the only one acting in segment 1. Then everything else happens in 2 and 3.
And then, just because I want to play it risky, it's probably gonna miss. I'll try to lightsaber Gavin.
Okay. So that's what you're doing in segment 3.
Yep.
Boop boop. Stark.
Alright, I'm going to try to dodge and move into some proper cover.
Okay, so you're moving in segment 1.
We full
Or
Gears of
segment
War,
2, rather.
guys.
Yeah, get behind your chest-high walls, everybody.
And, in segment 3, I'll draw my blaster pistol.
Alright. Do you want to shoot it, presumably?
Not, not this round. I want to have more dice for dodging, because I can't roll this session.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, Lil and Gavin.
Alright then. I'm pretty sure I can make Gavin's life a bunch harder against Cal by shooting him with a stun pistol, because I'm pretty sure it won't do much against robots.
That is a very reasonable opinion.
And I think that's what I'm going to declare. I don't really want to take any dice away from myself that could be used on dodging.
Okay, so just Shutan.
Yep. My gun is a stun gun.
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah. Naturally a stun gun.
Yeah, it's literally a stun pistol. It does 3d6 stun damage only, and its energy type isn't whatever it was for laser.
Scout, you do know a regular move doesn't use up any dice.
That's true. I have nowhere to move if I'm, like... H1 is literally putting herself in as cover, so there's no point in me moving anywhere. There's nowhere to move.
Yep. Alright, so looks like everyone is declared, so let's start with Cal.
Oh, what was Gavin's?
Oh,
shoot
yeah,
me.
he is going to shoot, let's see. Cal has the artifact, so he'll shoot Cal.
He doesn't know that.
He does. He rolled a 27 to spot that shit.
Yeah.
He rolled
Okay,
6
fair-
dice.
okay. I thought that was
No, sorry, that was me just having him still as selected.
Okay, no, he knows then. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it was Gavin making the roll. So yeah, he will shoot Cal and then move into cover himself. So, let's start with Cal and his force power.
All right, so just roll force control.
Yep, let's see what the target number for this would be. What page is force bullshit on?
67-ish, Saban?
67, excellent. Let's see.
I apologize in advance.
That's the vague area. I don't know which.
Yeah, that's fine. I got it.
He's using.
So let's see. I think contort escape is probably the closest thing. So let's see. Do you want to double your speed, triple it, quadruple it? Like how hardcore do you want to go?
Fuck, I just wanted that extra 5 meters to close the distance.
All right, so basically just doubling it.
I guess, yeah.
All right, so that's going to be
I mean, technically it's like 1.5 times.
yeah,
because
still it's target number 10.
Yeah. All right. Nope.
Well, okay. So the force fails you.
I have to wait for it to be more powerful.
Okay. So, segment 2. So, Lilesh and Gavin will both get to take a shots. They're not shooting at each other, so there's no conflict there. So, Gavin, and you can go ahead and roll your attack against him as well. So, he's going to shoot Cal.
I will, of course, dodge.
Okay.
Because why not?
Mm-hmm.
Now, using the force definitely takes a dice away, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
So right now you are at a 2 die penalty.
-1 should be. Because I haven't moved yet.
No, that's...
Oh, wait, yeah.
The penalties for everything you do this turn. So you use the force, and you've already declared a melee, so you've taken 2 actions. This will be the third, so you have a 2-point penalty.
We
All right.
might get hit.
So, yeah. He will...
Oops, sorry, let me reroll that.
And he just has a pistol, so he's at probably medium range.
Yep.
So, yep. Go ahead and make your dodge roll, and I'll add that to his target number.
11.
All right. So he's got a 26 target number. Don't bother rolling. That's fine. Oh, that's meters. That's right. So he's just at short range. let's try that again. This time actually rolling the dice macro. Why not?
So he'd be at 21.
Yeah. Okay, so he's got 5 dice. No modifier. Target number 21.
Good chance I can get hit. Well, there's a chance. Say like 50-50.
Macro, why you no work?
Are you putting pluses in or something?
No.
just
Oh,
flat
wait.
numbers?
I'm putting in D in dice. Derp.
You're D.
Alright, so yeah, let's try that again. Nope, he misses.
Got him.
Pew! Alright, and yeah, he will also dodge. So
Well, I'm not going to be able to get in range with him. So the melee hit does not count.
yeah, I guess that will not happen. So he will, however, dodge getting shot by Lelesh. So
Well,
Oh.
alright. Let's give this shit a fucking go.
well, hold on.
How
Let's
good am I at making shit?
let him make his dodge roll.
Oh, right, yes.
So he's at 40 now because he took a shot. God damn it.
Yep, he sure does have 4D.
Yep. Okay. There we go. So add 16 to your 10. So target number 26.
Alright. Nope.
Nope. Okay. So you also miss. Pew. And then a bunch of movement happens. People get into cover, or start providing cover. Cal leaps towards Gavin, but falls a little bit short. Ashaya, which item were you using again, or what were you doing exactly?
I have a computer, and I have like security spikes.
Excellent. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and give me a computer programming, or in this case, droid programming / repair check.
Okay.
Let's see, what's their, or rather, what's Gavin's technical? All right.
Dice roll. Does using a kit give me any bonuses or no?
No,
Or
it
is that the
enables
thing
you
that
to do the thing.
Okay, cool.
So in this case, the target number is 16. Hey, there you go. Okay, so yeah, these guys are on a wireless network, which you are able to spend your turn breaching. And
Cool tapes.
yeah, next turn you can start mucking with them. But
Sounds good.
before you get that chance, they're going to try and riddle your friends with blaster bolts. So I'm just going to go straight down the line here.
Rude.
At everybody. So against Lelesh, what do these guys have for the blasties? They have 40. So blaster, 4, no modifier, and they are at short range with their carbines. So it's a total number of 20 to hit Lelesh. Pew, miss. All right. And against Ashaya, would you like to dodge?
I'm like squatted behind cover. Can I even dodge even then?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can dodge.
Okay. I don't see any reason why not.
Yep, there's no reason not to.
What's my dodge? My dodge is okay.
Yeah, you have heavy cover, so it's already +5, so they're looking at a 10 to start with.
Do I add +5 to mine, or is that just to their difficulty?
I'll add it to mine.
Okay, cool. And target number is what?
Target number is whatever they end up rolling, so just question mark it.
Might have the right book.
Alright, so yeah, good luck, guys. I believe in you. You can roll straight 6s. No. Alright, Ashaya gets missed. Moo. Or sorry, H1. Would you like to dodge?
I mean, I can try. Oh, what does dodging do? Does it add to the difficulty to hit me, right?
Yes. Also,
I'm not sure how that even works.
Actually, did H1 get to shoot first yet?
no, she's shooting at the very end of the round.
I mean, since they're both simultaneously.
No, they're
I mean,
not.
Yeah, they are.
No, H1's
at the
shot
very
is
end.
in segment 3. This is segment
Okay.
2.
Sorry, my bad.
That's fine. So remember, you
So-
have an action. You have, I believe, 2 actions declared, so you are at a 2 dice penalty.
2 dice? I thought it was just 1.
Since you are dodging, you already have 1 action declared, so that's a total of 3 actions this turn. So yeah, it's a 2 die penalty to everything you do.
So I can't dodge.
Does that reduce your dodge to below to 0 dice?
Yes,
Okay, so yeah,
I can't dodge.
they will not, in fact, have to worry about that. So the
Did
target number
H1
to hit you
already
is
dodge, though?
5. Boom. All right, you do get tagged by a blaster carbine.
Wait, did H1 already dodge?
H1 can't dodge.
No, I mean, did she already dodge before?
No.
Because all she
No.
did was all she did
Remember.
was move.
She's drawing a blaster pistol and taking a shot with it. That's
I had-
2 actions plus dodging. That means 3 actions total, DCL.
Okay, fair.
Remember,
My
the
only-
penalty isn't rolling. It doesn't get worse over the turns. It's if you have 3 actions, all of your actions, even the ones before the third one.
My only other nitpick is like unless they're within like melee range, the DC should be 10, I believe. Because point blank range.
Oh
is
yeah,
the only
you are correct. You are correct. That is my bad, actually. So it is 10. So yeah, you do not get tagged. Good call,
Oh.
DCL.
Okay,
They just rolled ass.
they did, in fact.
And so...
Point blank doesn't care about what weapon you're using, it's just 3 meters. Then weapon type comes in.
Then yeah, that is true. Alright, and this one's going after Stark. Do you want to dodge?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Okay.
Yes, you do.
So this one is target number 26. Let's see. Yeah. Oops.
Also, I did move into cover, so
So you will get a plus 5. So let's see how
target
this works out.
31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can't hit you. So you are an impenetrable rock. And lastly, Cal is going to get shot at.
I suppose I will dodge as well.
All right.
Should be at a decent range since I was dashing away from them.
Yeah, we'll call it, well, blaster carbines. Let's see what their range is. Because you're about, at this point, you're about 60 feet away from them. So, let's see. Blaster carbine, their short range is 25 meters, so... Yeah, that's
I
just at the end of their short range, so it's still target 10.
I mean, I moved 10 meters.
Yeah.
That would bother me because you. Never mind. Yeah.
They were only...
25 meters is approximately 75 feet, DCL.
I know you.
I should stop using feet to describe anything.
Yeah, that's why I was getting confused.
My B. Yeah, and that's my fault. I don't
So, yeah.
like using metric. I'm American.
Only a 7 for
Well,
dodge.
accept the superiority of Europe. You'll get some nice
No.
German girls to peg you.
I mean, this is appealing, but... Alright, so modifiers is 0, target number is 17. But you... God damn it. Blaster.
Keep adding the D.
4. Yeah, probably. Jesus.
Nope.
Alright,
Like ass.
and the last bonus shot at Lilesh. She's already rolled her dodge, so... Blaster... dice rolled, 4D, target number is 25. Actually, yeah, they can't hit, so... Woohoo! Alright, and H1 has drawn her blaster. And lastly, yeah, Stark gets his gun out, and H1 gets to take a shot. And Kevin's gonna move away from fucking Cal. He's just gonna move his 10 meters away. It's like, bye. Tasha Plisno choke. Alright, so Kina, you get to take your shot.
Yes, so there's a -1 penalty.
So you took out a weapon, You dodged, and you've shot, so it's at
I didn't
minus
dodge.
2D
I could
penalty.
not dodge.
Alright, so then, yeah, it's a minus 1D penalty.
Okay.
Okay. So they will not dodge. You are certainly within your weapon's short range of a droid, so that's a hit. So why don't you go ahead and roll damage, and they will roll their significant armor rating.
Damage.
God fucking damn it.
What was the damage? Oh,
If it's just a blaster pistol, it's 4D.
Oh.
Alright, so you stun one of the droids. So he just staggers back and beep boops. But he had no actions left this round, so effectively, yeah, he just gets winged.
Winged man.
okay.
Alright. And combat round 1 is done. Woo! And we're back at the
That
top
was
with
my
8.
first combat round. Hooray!
Yeah.
And you did not die.
Yes. Alright, so each one, what actions would you like to declare? And the droids will just do the same thing they did last time. They'll just shoot people.
Did you get winged at all there, Kina?
Nope, no one got hit this entire round. Well,
I'll
except
be
for one
damned.
droid who didn't give a shit.
Beep boop.
Yeah, beep boop, please stop.
Is Gavin out of our range now?
Beep boop, go away.
He is probably moved to your medium range at this point.
One cannot
Okay.
feel pain when one does not know love.
Don't hurt me no more.
So, yeah. You are in front of Lush, and you have your gun out.
I will shoot droid.
Alright, just the one shot?
Can you literally just be like, shoot, I shoot, I shoot, I shoot, I shoot?
Well,
But that
I
would
mean,
mean-
remember, the penalty isn't rolling, so if you run out of dice...
Right.
And also, you still want to have enough dice to make a 10 difficulty at least.
Yeah.
So again,
I
the
will shoot
number to...
twice.
Alright, shoot twice. Cool. Because, yeah, you just have to meet a 10 to hit these guys. He was at 50 feet, so yeah. Then he moved 10 meters, so he's currently at 30 meters. So yeah, he's exactly at medium range. Pretty much. Yeah.
Basically on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn you, meters and feet.
Yeah, alright.
Meters and feet, meters and feet.
That should be giving you like conniptions, DCLDX.
It
engineer.
is! That's why I made such a fuss about it, and then he said he'd stop, and then he didn't.
Eh.
He's only not stopping because I specifically asked him to say again the distance in feet. It's...
I'm a little lad that likes meters.
Alright, Ashaya and Cal.
Cool. I'm going to try to flip the IFF. Keying us in as the good guys and him as the bad.
Okay.
I like that you're probably just gonna make one of the droids turn and start shooting its own.
Basically, I'm making it so. Well, I've basically hacked the. They're all working off the same thing, so I'm hoping to turn Gavin to enemy and us to friendlies. So, what kind of roll would that be? Would that still be my droid one?
Yeah, it'll be the same kind of roll.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
Do-do-do.
Remember, you're not making the roll now, you're just declaring actions for later.
Oh, I'm just declaring action. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to try to do that.
Alright, anything else?
Continue to hunker down behind cover because I don't want to be shot.
Fair enough. And Cal?
Now, did Gavin dash away, or did he only move 5 meters?
He just moved he moved 10 meters.
Got it. So he's still... I moved 10 meters towards him. He might still be the same distance away.
Effectively, yeah.
God, this is why I fucking hate it.
Throw your lightsaber.
I don't have force control. I don't have force alter. You literally need that to even be able to do that.
That's dumb, but okay. I mean, yeah,
You
actually,
need
that makes sense.
that to be able to do that and get it back without cutting your arm off.
No, you need to do that just to throw it effectively. Look, okay, so waving this thing to hit somebody in melee is a DC 20. What do you think you have to do to be able to throw that thing effectively?
And it's basically just a
Probably much
javelin.
easier. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not
Also,
getting your lightsaber back if you don't have alter, but I mean, you can throw it at somebody.
Like, if you can throw a grenade, you can throw a lightsaber. Just like if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. It's
I
a
don't know,
transitive property.
It feels
So dumb.
It feels kind of stupid to me to be able to like throw a lightsaber effectively when using it in melee combat is so hard.
It's still going to be hard, and also, again, you're not getting your lightsaber back. You're going to go find it.
Yeah, no. So I guess I have to keep trying to chase this guy down.
All right. So, do you want to use the Force again?
I might have to.
Okay.
Give me a second to think about it real quick.
Sure.
So I moved 10 meters, and then he moved a full 10 meters away again.
Yep.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fucking chicken race unless I just use the force to catch him.
You could declare a dash.
No, that's the point. 10 meters is a dash, and I don't think you can dash twice in a turn.
Yeah.
I think the maximum you can move in a turn is 10 meters. It's why I kind of hate there's no different movement speed rule because of this exact.
Welcome to every role-playing game, right?
No?
No, because in most role-playing games that have melee combat, there is movement speed differences, or everybody's in melee anyways.
Really? Because, like, look at D&D. Everyone moves 30 feet, so,
Yeah,
like...
but most characters are melee ranged or they're spellcasters.
That's fair.
So, yeah, I'll use the force and then try to get that to dash towards him.
Alright.
I don't remember that being a rule. Oh, 40k in games, that's why.
Do you want to attack in segment 3, or do you just want to get up in his face?
I'm gonna try to punch him in his smug face. So yeah, we'll use the force move and then try to punch.
Alright. Punch, not lightsaber, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Punch.
Yeah, that's probably a much better idea. Alright, and Stark. You are in cover and you have your gun out.
Yeah. Was H1 shooting at a droid?
Yes.
Right. I'm going to try to shoot Gavin.
Okay.
If you hit, you make my job a lot easier. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. And so I actually have a chance of hitting. I'll just do the single shot.
Alright. And Lush and Gavin. Well. Alright, this time Gavin's just going to normal move, and then he's going to try and shoot Cal.
Dick.
God, I'd take a shot at Gavin.
Alright.
I think that might be the limit of my range after that, but I'll just do the one segment and give myself better odds.
Okay. So the only contested roll here is between H1 and a droid, so let's do that first. H1, go ahead and make your attack roll.
I do want to point out you can rather contest it or choose to dodge and take the 1d penalty.
Right.
Only one hit.
Okay, well, you only make the first ones, but right now. So still, that's a hit. So let's see, can droid friend do better? He does. Okay, so he gets his shot off first. Would you like to dodge? Or
I
can
think
you
if you
dodge? You
contest,
have
you
it.
don't
You're
get-
currently at a -1d penalty.
I think
cannot dodge.
Okay, so you are gonna get hit this time.
if
Oopsies.
you contest, you don't get to dodge anyways.
All right,
That is something you told us, Saban.
then there we go. All right, so these guys do have 5d of damage. Okay.
Ooh,
So
5D?
roll.
That's not.
Yeah, they are using
They
carbines.
have rifles.
Yep.
Carbines, even.
So go ahead and roll your armor. All right. So it's just a wound.
Don't droids have different effects on damage?
My understanding is no, but it could be. Let me go to the droids chapter.
It might just be that they have different rules for healing.
They
I
do.
can't
I
remember.
can tell you that much. Let's see. Where's the droids chapter? Or other characters, I suppose. Let's see. Droids in combat. Do 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 do. Doesn't say anything about them having different injury scales.
Okay.
But yes, I know they do heal differently.
I couldn't remember if that was just healing or a more general thing, so...
Fair enough. Okay, so that's happened, and 1, 2, 3, that's happened. Alright, now, Lesh, let's go with your shot.
Sure.
Alright, obviously Gavin will opt to dodge for now, so...
No, of course he will.
Let's see, what's his dodge? It's going to be 5d, so...
Please be shit. Ah, fuck me.
Yeah, so you're adding that to, what is it, 15 now?
No, I don't hit 33.
I believe.
And Stark, we might as well do your shot now as well, since you're also shooting Gavin.
Does he get the same dodge roll?
Yep, it's the same segment, so yeah.
Unless I trust to the Force, I can't hit him. But then again... This is... This is straight up to, you know, save my party members from a scary man.
Sorry, he does have a 15 to dodge, not an 18, since chat correctly points out that he does have -1d, and the last one was a 3.
Okay, so if I roll maximum, I can hit him. Without trusting to Force, but you know what? Yeah. I want to take him down. I want to, get him to call off the droids, and I want to get us out of here as soon as possible before the Imperials arrive. So I am going to trust the Force.
Okay. So you roll double the amount of dice.
Yeah, flat pluses, do they get doubled as well?
No,
Okay.
just your dice.
I believe.
And this is, 30, yeah?
Exactly.
Ooh,
Nice.
that is a hit.
Fucking shit.
Alright, let's see. Does this fella have any armor? He doesn't. Oh god.
Oh no.
Alright, well,
Are you
You
gonna
might just-
ice this motherfucker?
you might.
You might. You're probably. Wait, don't your damage dice get double too?
I
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's.
hold
how
on.
it
I know
works.
you double all. I know you double all of your attribute and skill dice. Let me
Pretty
look.
sure-
Well, yeah, this is important, I guess.
Yeah, this
Sure.
is super important.
I'm pretty sure you just aced this motherfucker.
All right, so let's see. Trust to the Force. Let's see. Look,
Pretty sure
make
it's like
sure
all
you
dice
can
get
trust
doubled.
my force. This means you're attempting to use your Muckloxy, blah 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 blah. When you trust the Force, your chances of doing what you want dramatically increase. For the round in which you spent the point, all skills and attribute codes are doubled. So no, you don't double
Okay.
your damage.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You're gonna
That's
fuck him up,
good.
but you might
You're-
not kill him.
You're probably
Probably
still
won't.
gonna kill this guy.
Yeah, he rolled really bad for his damage resistance, so you're definitely going to drop him.
Yeah,
Oh.
Alright, so you doubled him, which means I believe that's an incapacitation hit.
Shit.
Let's double check the old rulebook here, because we're all still getting used to this.
Now here's my question: what happens first, his movement or the shot? Because his shot affects his movement, so they probably had to contest for that. Well, actually, since he took the dodge, then he doesn't even get to move.
I mean, he gets hit this round, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, damage roll is at least twice the strength roll, which is it exactly. So yeah, he's incapacitated, so yeah, none of this happens. He's not dead, but he is hurt AF.
It's like,
So yeah, you just hear like Wilhelm scream as he gets blasted back into the wall and crumples to the ground, bleeding heavily.
It's a blaster. They never make people bleed.
Counterpoint: The Force Awakens with the stormtrooper like rubbing blood on Finn's helm.
Okay. That's a fair point.
All right. So let's do Cal next with using the Force.
Well, it doesn't really matter if I make this roll or not, anyways. Now.
I mean, it doesn't, but you know, you're still doing
Might as-
it. You might as well see if you get
might
to
as well.
be zoomy. Nope. All right. You'd think on 3d6 you could hit a 10, but alas.
10 is still a pretty decently
All
hard.
right.
With only
And Ashaya, let's do your use an item. So this is a computer programming repair. Let's see what the DC is. It's 10 plus whatever this 2d6 roll is. So, boop. So it's 22 to actually overwrite their friend foe.
Alright, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make this.
the double 6.
Remember, you can spend the force point as well.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah, and I mean, you only have the 1 point, so you just get it back.
Oh, is that how that works? I thought it was once it's spent, it's gone for a while.
Until the end of the
It's-
adventure, which, spoiler, this session is the last part of this particular adventure. So
Sure, so how does that work?
you double all of your dice codes for attributes and skills.
if you're gonna do
So-
that, you should hack their ownership keys instead. So
The action has been declared, alas.
Oh yeah, okay, I guess that's true.
I already declared that I was swapping their IFFs to Kiasin as friendlies, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah, effectively.
So, that makes my dice 10. Watch me
Holy
fuck it
shit.
up anyways.
I think you got
There's
this.
none. And target number is 22, you said?
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure you have this.
32.
Yeah, you good. Alright, so yeah, the droids are just about to unleash another volley, and then they lower their rifles and stand down.
Well, I mean, I had them target Gavin
I
instead.
mean, Gavin's on the deck, so I mean, if you want them to
Oh,
just
is-
riddle his body, then
He's already
didn't-
been incapacitated.
Yeah, I didn't hear that part. I had to go because I'm trying to do stuff for work
That's fine.
beforehand, but sorry about that.
so yeah, they lower their rifles and stand down, go into standby. And I think unless you guys want to just like shoot the droids for whatever reason, then we're pretty much done with combat here.
Okay.
Nah, the droids are my new best friend, and now
Yeah.
I own them. And I'm also going to take away all of their, tracking software, because I'm just that good. And now I have unlimited replacement droid parts for, Haimu.
Excuse me, these are mass-produced droids. I am a custom-built.
You also
Protocol
don't have
droid?
any combat protocols, which these guys
Yes, I do.
You have, I thought you
I am
literally
programmed
have-
to fire a gun very well.
Okay, well, then we have security droids for the ship now.
That would be acceptable.
But
Well,
first,
then-
I need to make sure this is all stripped down. Or, smarter than doing that, Ash will say after thinking for a bit. Yeah,
Holy
let's not
shit,
steal
what
from
in
these
God's
guys.
name?
Fuck!
Oh my god.
DCL mute!
What
was
the
that?
shit was that?
I don't.
The aliens have finally come for him. It is
DCL
over.
being bombed?
Test?
Hi?
Yeah.
What was
What the fuck, DCL?
I don't know. I wasn't doing anything.
Suddenly your microphone just started with a soft brrrr, and then it picked up like you sort of like left the microphone like taped to the inside of a tumble dryer while it was going, and it was
I
full of
thought he
steel
was being-
drums.
I thought he was being third encountered.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, really. It's the
it
rancher.
was some seriously future tech shit right there. Or,
I
you know,
don't know
a
what
tumble
happened.
dryer full of steel drums.
I
One of those
literally
two.
don't know what
Alright.
happened. I'm just sitting here
So,
and there's nothing going on. But anyways,
Rather
Oh,
than
fuck me.
rather
I'm
than
sorry.
actually slave stuff owned by the Empire to us and steal them, let's take their weapons, and I'm going to take them for take any replacement parts that we might need for high
fuck
move
off.
off
We're
of them.
totally keeping them.
Okay,
Perhaps
so
you can use some of their
Yeah.
plating to replace this smoking hole in my shoulder.
Exactly, and
Exactly.
you don't have control over these, Cal. I do, and I'm not stealing Sith droids.
Okay. But you know what I am doing? I'm searching Gavin's body.
I'm going
yeah.
to try to fix him up somewhat so that the blaster hole doesn't actually straight up kill him.
Sure,
Oh.
make a medicine check. It's gonna be DC 15, I believe.
Why
I
would we leave a
can't.
driver?
You can
Yeah,
take
I was-
double the time to get an extra die if you want.
Well, first I want to interact with them, and Cal will kind of be like, "Wait, what are you doing?"
If a man's working for someone, then wasn't his choice to be here. He shouldn't have to die for this.
He chose the job, and he put us in danger. He will die for it. And any information we need, we can get out of his data pad. That's what I'm searching for.
Do be sure to grab the credits that he's got on his person. Apparently that's
25.
20,000 if he's not lying.
25,000.
Oh, 25. Very good.
Yeah, do I find this guy's data pad and stuff?
Sure, I'm typing out his inventory right now.
Okay.
Alright. Fine. Get. Very least, let's
Get
give
a
him something
poison
so it doesn't-
pill?
Mhm.
A suicide pill?
Yeah.
Fuck. Shit.
At the very least, let's give him something so it doesn't hurt.
No.
Right.
A micro recording device, huh?
Which I think Cal realizes as he's rolling the body. This thing's like active right now.
Of course it is. We'll have to move quickly. Your flunky has failed you. You should know this by now.
I sigh and then torch it with a fusion cutter.
All right.
And then I'm going to very quickly strip down the droids for any parts of use, and especially any upgrades for Moo.
Okay. So yeah, you'll have enough to repair her free of charge, I think.
Okay.
Do you-
Are there any like internal core upgrades like
Oh god,
maybe
no,
Sith
these things are
Empire
basic,
combat
bitch.
protocols? Okay, just wondering. It was worth asking.
It is.
Do you think you can crack his encrypted data pad?
Eventually, can I look over the slate to see if there's a tracking device on it?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure. Make a let's see, it's encrypted right now, so you'd just be looking for a mechanical tracker. So give me a knowledge technology to see if you can spot anything out of the ordinary.
What's it called?
Knowledge technology.
Knowledge technology. Okay, so not technical skill.
No.
Target knowledge. Target number what?
Let's say 10. Hey. No, there's no mechanical tracking device.
Good.
Cool.
Then he isn't
I
needed.
will point out that if we power it on, it might automatically like send an electronic ping. So probably don't
Let's
want to
leave it
turn
be
it
for
on.
now. Yes.
Lilash,
There's no mechanical thing.
do we take him
Yes.
for information or do we kill him now?
Well, we know there are multiple Sith on this place. I don't really feel like killing him in particular, and it would be good to know which one is so specifically interested in this. Not to
Right.
mention, we still have to get the crystal statue back to our employer, who I'm hoping to get a message from soon. Otherwise, I
but-
owe 40-something thousand credits, and I don't really have that much on me.
But
Right,
leaving
no.
anyone alive who can identify us is bad enough. We
Well,
also
well,
have, are there like security cameras?
We can't even.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. We can't take him
Yeah.
with us on the ship. There's no way.
Is there
we'll be
any
able
way to bring him to, then?
I mean, if you burn a med pack and make a medicine check, yeah.
Ugh, no, fuck, that doesn't serve it.
Right. Execution.
Alright. I look reluctant and scratch the back of my head. I hate execution. I want you to be aware that we're doing this not because execution is the best idea, but it's all we've really got if we want to get out of here alive. Go
Slice off
ahead.
his head.
Or just leave him to die and move on.
Nope, slicing off head.
Okay. So, yeah, Cal, mark up a dark side point, and yeah, you.
Wait,
you
really?
had- Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
fucking
no
killing
shit.
a defenseless person.
He tried to kill us.
That- Welcome to
And
Star
he's been
Wars.
Yeah, he's been rendered defenseless.
Even with the dark side point, unless somebody's gonna stop him, this will be what he would do. He's a threat to the
I
group.
mean,
He is an active threat to the group, and I don't want to leave him alive to do it again. I'll take the dark side point.
when you draw the lightsaber, I'm gonna say, really?
Of course, really. He's an enemy, and he tried to kill us. Why leave him alive for him to come back?
Because he might learn his lesson, and he didn't choose to be here. He
In
just
my
got a job, just like we got a job.
In my experience,
We're gonna kill everyone who's the wrong man in the wrong place.
we're going to kill everyone who dares to try to hurt us. You're a soldier, Starrick. You should know this is just a necessary action.
Killing someone who's can't fight back, that's not necessary.
It's necessary so that he doesn't come back for us. We're going to let your heroism take control of you. Let me kill him, and he'll never be a problem again. The blood's not even on your hands.
I could
Besides-
stop you.
Besides, he's
I
under the
really
employ of a
could.
Sith. Do you really think he's going to be allowed to live for his failure?
We need to leave.
Why
We
not
should leave
give him a chance to just recover and run and hide? Yeah, you're right. The Sith, they'll see he screwed up. He's not gonna get another chance to come after us. If he lives, he's gonna go and run and vanish into the Outer Rim.
Dal's eyes will flick to Lilash.
He has a good point. As I say, I don't really want to execute him. If you don't think he's going to come back as a threat, Stark, then I would rather we didn't gut him in the street. Yeah. How does that like this? She says the question out loud. Like, how does people like ask the Force for advice, that kind of shit? Like, she has never tried any of this stuff before, but she knows that there is a nasty Sithy Sith out there and waiting. How does one try to concentrate? Like, essentially, how does one wing it? Simon?
I mean, if you're asking that question out loud, then the people around you are the ones who can answer.
The Force
Yeah.
never
I
answers.
thought that was an out of character
That
question.
was an out of question. That was I said although she asked this question in character, also Simon, how does it work if one wants to?
There, it doesn't.
Yeah,
All right.
you'd have to be sensitive to the Force to even kind of get remote guiding by it.
I would assume it would be like a gut instinct.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will I will basically turn off the lightsaber. But if we let him live, I want to give him a reminder. Which arm is his blasting arm?
His right one.
Just a finger, please.
More merciful than I would have had it.
I don't like people. Like, if you really debilitate someone, it goes less from replacement into revenge, and getting a metal finger is a lot cheaper than a whole arm. Let's just stick with reminder, okay?
Fine.
You could also burn a message into the wall. It says, "Don't fuck with us."
Oh, yeah, I like that one.
I'll break a finger instead of an arm.
Alright, so you're just breaking it, like chopping it off with a lightsaber.
No, I wasn't gonna like chop off an arm or
Oh,
anything.
okay.
I was gonna just break it with like just force.
Okay. Sure, there's a little snap, but he's unconscious and already, has a hole drilled through him, so it's not like it makes it much worse.
Alright. For now, mercy. But if I ever see him again, he dies. No questions asked.
I mean, questions can be asked if we see him again, and it's not because he's here to fuck with us.
If he crosses us, though,
Yes.
I won't
Yeah,
stand between you again.
No, yeah, we fuck him up. He is no longer anything remotely close to off the hook.
Alright. So, fingers broken. Got the droids. Let's move before they have any chance to bring more.
Alright, and so the party begins making their way up through the back alleys, avoiding attention where they can, to try and escape with the artifact and to continue on their mission.
I mean, no offense, Doc. I can see how the Republic is lost with such sentiments.
Well, not lost yet.
Those sentiments are all that make the Republic worth fighting for, kid.
Those sentiments would have had me dead in my father's hole.
To be fair, there wouldn't have been a hole, buddy. Come on, let's get moving. The less we spend around here waxing metaphor, the better.
I thought we were talking as we were walking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We are, but it is some distance to the hangar.
It's a long, long way.
Actually, shit. Is it too late to like have? You know what? Instead of putting a message, what I could have done is just have like a laser mark, lightsaber mark on the floor going close to his body, just to let him know that I could have.
Okay, sure, yeah, we can go with that.
That would have been acceptable too, yeah.
So yeah, he'll wake up. He'll see that. Get the picture. It'll be enough.
Alright. So yeah, I think we'll close out the session for today with a side wipe over to a dark chamber illuminated with red lights. Just barely enough to see by, as we hear Cal's voice saying that your minion has failed. This you know already. Then the psst of the communicator being destroyed. And the camera pans around to the red, betentacled face of the Sith pureblood we saw last time on the city monitors. He looks cross, scowling down at the communicator he was holding, and crushes it in his hands. And we hear his gravelly voice say, "I suppose I'll have to handle this myself." And he stands, black robes flowing, and we see him put a hand on a cross-hilted lightsaber, much like Kylo Ren's, hanging on his belt. And wipe to end credits.
That is a good point, though. This guy's a Sith pureblood. He should be super rare.
He is.
No, they're not. They're not super rare.
Not
No,
super
Sith
rare,
purebloods, they got like wiped out way early in the beginning.
We've had this conversation. There's still a pretty reasonable number of them about in the Old Republic.
Are there?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
We literally had this exact conversation before and pulled up
Alright.
some stuff, and we'll just skip that. There is a reasonable number of purebloods still about. Most of them are lords. A lot of the apprentice-y underlingy type ones kind of got quote unquote culled, but no, there are a shit ton.
Even lords. Huh.
Yeah, shit ton.
Okay,
Like
so-
most of the lords are either pureblood Sith or humans. There's like 2 alien lords during Tor
But
as
the
well.
whole
for
thing
that
was
set.
that the Sith came over and enslaved. Well, okay, so the Jedi, the downcasted Jedi, enslaved the Sith. Used alchemy to breed with them to get their force sensitivity, and used the Sith as like a slave, kind of like servant caste.
Okay, so the red tentacle people, the red tentacle faces,
Yeah, they're the
Sith
Sith purebloods.
purebloods. Yeah,
They got put into they got put into servitude because the Jedi came and they worshipped them as gods.
that was very long ago compared to Tor. Nowadays, they are the top of the Imperial caste. There are Sith purebloods, and then there are the Sith, as in the people with the lightsabers. There are humans, aka Imperial humans, and they tend to be roughly, in a lot of cases, on close bands with the Sith pureblood.
Okay.
But no, as of right now, there are a ton of Sith purebloods, and most of them are lords, because if they haven't got force sensitivity, they tend to die like really quickly. Because they get killed, not because of some kind of sickness, like they just sort of get wiped out. There was a case where some Sith pureblood went through some shit, especially since by this point in the galaxy, a lot of them are gradually becoming unable to conceive again. And there's no proof as to why they're basically becoming quote-unquote genophaged to the point where they don't turn up in the later story. Some say force shenanigans, but no one ever put a label on it. But yeah, no, the Sith are still about in number. They just aren't really replenishing that number.
Okay then.
Alright,
So,
yeah, everyone
what's
mark
my
down your
skill
skill
point?
points. You can use them next time the party takes a hyperspace voyage to bump your stuff up. And if you were not a force sensitive character and you used a force point, you can mark it back up. You recover it. And
I
yeah.
assume I assume I don't get the second one.
No. But you do recover what you used, so. Yeah, thank you guys very much for playing. Hope you had fun.
Thank you for running today, Saban. It was
Yeah,
pretty
good
awesome.
time.